Yo legends, welcome back to the channel. Grab your headphones and lock in because today's story is on another level. Want the next chapter? Drop a comment below, and if the legend continues, I'm bringing it straight to you. Disclaimer, I do not claim ownership of this story. All rights belong to the original creators. Note, I'm constantly tweaking the settings to make it as immersive as possible. Dragon Ball, if I don't read, Jiren will cry. Chapter 20, I&039, am so angry, I really want to find someone to vent my anger on. Chinese letter, Chinese letter. Ms. Bulma, where do you think we should put these materials? Son Gohan came directly to Bulma's manor, holding the thunderbolt steel. I saw him using his chi to float in the air, not daring to touch the ground with his feet. If he landed with the thunderbolt steel in his hand, he would probably be smashed directly into the ground. Just find a place to put it down, Bulma said. No, I can't do that. This thing is too heavy. How heavy is it? As heavy as a mountain. So heavy, there is no metal with this density on the entire Earth, right? This is the concentrated substance after the collapse of the sun. It is called thunderbolt steel and is the hardest metal in the entire universe. Bulma dispatched intelligent robots to lay 100-meter thick steel plate at the back of the manor in just 3 minutes. Gohan, try it, Bulma. Move away. Son Gohan floated in the air to the center of the iron plate and slowly put down the thunderbolt steel. Boom! Even though Son Gohan was very careful and cautious, the ground shook violently the moment he put it down, but only for a brief moment. The center of the 10-centimeter thick wall panel also sank instantly. Son Gohan wiped the sweat from his forehead. Aunt Bulma. Madam. Ms. Bulma, melting this thunderbolt steel is probably going to be a big problem. It is the result of the final collapse of a star. Bulma went up to knock around and then used the detector to detect it, and said, the surface temperature of the sun is about 5,500 degrees Celsius, and the temperature of its core is at least 2,000 million degrees Celsius. According to the density of this metal, if you want to melt it with flames, I'm afraid it won't be melted even at temperatures above 2,000 million degrees Celsius. But don't worry, there are other ways to change the shape of metal, including using high-temperature flames. This piece of metal is dense enough and doesn't need to be melted or forged. I just need to change its shape chemically and make it into a gravity chamber. Bulma is indeed a genius scientist, and she thought of a solution instantly. Then I'll leave it to you, Ms. Bulma. When will it be ready? Also, can you help me make the gravity chamber into a space ring so it's easier to carry? Son Gohan asked. He felt that since Bulma Company was able to develop the space capsule, it should not be difficult to change the capsule's form into a ring. No problem, but I want the remaining metal after the gravity chamber is built. Bulma put forward a condition. Sure, there's no point in me staying anyway. After this gravity chamber is completed, it may exceed your imagination. Come and get it in 10 days. Bulma didn't even look at him, waved her hand to let him leave, and concentrated on detecting the thunderbolt steel. Okay, bye. Son Gohan teleported away. King Star. Ah-da-da-da-da-da. Son Wukong and Piccolo were fighting in the air. Their figures could not be observed with the naked eye, and one could only rely on the perception of chi to obtain information about their battle. Piccolo suddenly stretched out his arm, directly wrapped around and controlled Son Wukong, then placed the fingertips of his left hand on his forehead to charge the magic light-killing cannon. Son Wukong exploded with anger, trying to use his energy to break free from his restraints. But how could Piccolo not think of this? He stretched out his right hand again and held his arm tightly with his hand, as if he had tied a knot. Don't even think about it, wow. Son Wukong didn't care about his face at all. He just opened his mouth and bit Piccolo's arm hard. Son Wukong, you are shameless, too shameless. Piccolo's arm trembled and he retracted it instantly. At the same time, he fired the magic light cannon, which had not been fully charged. After all, if you don't launch it, you will have no chance. Whoosh! A golden beam of light, surrounded by ripple light, locked onto Son Wukong. Son Wukong was seen squatting with his legs slightly bent, using his right palm to protect himself, and when the magic light cannon came shooting at him, he raised his hand and slapped it. and the light beam instantly changed direction and shot into the sky. Snapped. Son Gohan had a murderous look on his face, his head slightly tilted upward, with a trace of blood at the corner of his mouth. Who is looking for death? A powerful momentum burst out. It turned out that the attack hit Son Gohan, who had just teleported. And it's right at the chin position. Calm down, Gohan. This is an accidental injury. Son Wukong rushed over to comfort. While Piccolo's face was full of embarrassment, there was also a flash of embarrassment. Although he didn't finish charging his strength just now, that attack was also his full strength under normal combat power. But Son Gohan just had a trace of blood flowing from the corner of his mouth. Moreover, he had just appeared and had no time to defend himself at all. Dad, do you want the young to be killed before you? After hearing Goku's explanation, Son Gohan realized that it was he who changed the direction of the attack himself. What can I do? My own father, I have to spoil him myself. Son Gohan is so angry that he has no place to vent his anger. He can only hold it in himself. I'm so angry, I need someone to vent my anger on, Son Gohan said, patting his chest. At the same time, his eyes are darting around, looking for something to vent his anger on. After looking around, there are only Son Wukong and Piccolo. Suddenly, a wicked smile appeared on his lips. Dad, Piccolo, you two have been training for so long, you must have improved a lot, right? Let me see how strong you are now. Son Wukong shuddered inexplicably, but Son Gohan's words made him extremely excited, and his fighting spirit erupted. Piccolo sensed something was wrong. Come on, use all your strength. Son Gohan raised his hand and signaled them to attack. Okay, Piccolo, let's attack together. Son Wukong took the lead in attacking. Stop ordering me around. Piccolo refused to give in. The two of them, one above and one below, attacked Son Gohan. Son Gohan raised his right arm horizontally to block Son Goku's split kick. Bend your left leg slightly to block Piccolo's sweeping kick. Ha! Son Gohan exploded and sent the two flying. Then he flashed to Piccolo's head at high speed, raised his elbow and hit Piccolo on the crown of his head. Piccolo suddenly felt dizzy, with stars in his eyes, and fell towards King Kai's planet. Son Gohan then flashed and came behind Son Goku. Oh no, Kaioken. Triple. Son Wukong cried out that something was wrong and instantly burst out with all his strength, using triple Kaioken to dodge at high speed. But he thought too well. No matter how he dodged, Son Gohan was always behind him. Dad, you should get off too. Son Gohan punched him in the back. Son Wukong suddenly felt weak all over. Bang, bang. Two figures fell one after another, stacked together like a human pyramid. It seems too fast. I haven't let out all my energy yet, Son Gohan said with some dissatisfaction. The two were beaten unconscious by the angry Gohan. One hit the top of his head, and the other hit the man's weak point. The intense pain made them both faint. It's not that the two of them are too weak, but that Son Gohan is too strong. After all, 5 million points of normal combat power is too beyond the standard. Lord Kai, I'm hungry. Son Gohan slowly fell down. Pervert, they are both perverted, and you are simply a monster. King Kai shook his head and got up to prepare food. After an hour, Son Wukong and Piccolo struggled to stand up. Son Wukong smelled the fragrance of the food and instantly perked up. Piccolo slowly walked to the tree, sat cross-legged with his hands on his chest, meditating to recover from his injuries. My head still hurts. Son Gohan's attack was like a sage touching my head, raising his palm to shatter the sky. Gohan, you're too harsh, Son Wukong complained. Under normal circumstances, I used less than 1% of my strength. Sorry, Son Gohan replied calmly. Versailles so Versailles. Son Wukong suddenly felt that the food in his hand was no longer fragrant, and it was like chewing wax. Seeing Son Goku's state, the last trace of anger in Son Gohan's heart completely dissipated. Chapter 21, The Secret Between Life and Death. Kingstar. You mean Piccolo's body structure is different, which prevents him from using high-powered Kaioken? Son Gohan asked. On the grass outside the house, several people sat cross-legged in a circle. That's right. Namekians have flexible bodies, and they are even born with the ability to regenerate their limbs and extend them at will. But this also brings them a disadvantage, which is the strength of their bodies. With the same combat power, they can never reach your physical strength. Even with the simple first level of Kaioken, Piccolo can only perform it with difficulty and can't last for a long time. North Kaio explained. Lord Kai, doesn't that mean I'll never be able to catch up with them? Piccolo asked unwillingly. If it's Son Goku, you can still chase him, but if it's Son Gohan, forget it. I can't see through him, said King Kai of the North. Piccolo, I believe you won't fall too far behind, Son Wukong encouraged. Go away, you're going to comfort me. Piccolo felt sad. Don't be discouraged. Every race has its own advantages and disadvantages. For example, the Saiyans don't have any superpowers, but you Namekians can create magical creatures like dragons. Maybe you can find a higher level god and ask for ways to improve your combat effectiveness. Son Gohan said lightly. A higher level god? Son Gohan, how do you know so much? King Kai was shocked. Hee, I also know that your planet King Kai is actually very big, but because it angered a god. Son Gohan didn't finish his words. Enough, don't say that name. It's okay for ordinary people, but if someone like you says his name, he will feel it. King Kai quickly stopped Son Gohan from saying the next thing. That panic-stricken look made both Son Wukong and Piccolo marvel. After all, they have been training for so many days, and have never seen King Kai lose his composure like this. Gods are nothing more than creatures at a higher dimension, with elevated life levels. One day, I will also stand at, or even surpass, that level. Son Gohan looked up at the vast yellow sky of the underworld, his eyes bursting with a strong desire to fight, and his whole body emanating a strong fighting spirit. Okay, let's talk about Son Goku next. He has already learned the King-Ken, and what makes me happy is that the spirit bomb is even easier to use in his hands. The moment he raises his hand to collect the spirit energy of all things, it rushes out on its own. King Kai was overjoyed and felt an unprecedented sense of satisfaction in his heart. I'm not wrong, am I? Son Gohan groaned. Thank you very much. I can finally confirm that my spirit bomb is a usable skill. What, am I a test subject? Son Wukong jumped up in shock. Well, when I first created it, I didn't expect the spirit bomb to have such a big limitation. Only someone with an extremely pure mind can learn it. King Kai was embarrassed when he heard this. Gohan, did you know this a long time ago? Son Wukong looked at him resentfully and asked. Yeah, I've known for a long time that you, father, can learn it and get a powerful skill. Isn't that good? Son Gohan asked back. But I always feel like something is a little off. Son Wukong felt a little uncomfortable deep down inside. In fact, there is no room for them to rise here. You can take them to a new training ground, King Kai said. Well, I'm here to take them back this time. Maybe I'll have to trouble you again in the future. If you have any questions, you can also come to me. Son Gohan still respects King Kai very much, although he is just an inconspicuous fat old man. Okay, now that you're gone, I can finally have a good sleep. The crackling noises every day are killing me. King Kai waved his hand and said disdainfully. Okay, then we won't bother you anymore. We'll be leaving first. Son Gohan took the two of them and teleported away instantly. Chinese letter. Gohan, do you have any new training methods? Son Goku finally tasted the pleasure of improving his strength, so how could he settle down again? Piccolo also showed an expectant look. Aunt Bulma has made a gravity chamber using the spaceship your father rode when you were a child. The maximum gravity is 300 times stronger than your own. You can use this gravity chamber to improve your strength temporarily. As for Piccolo, Son Gohan pondered for a long time but could not come up with a way to improve his strength. After training on King Kai's planet, Goku and Piccolo have both improved their combat capabilities a lot. Under normal circumstances, Son Wukong has a combat power of about 35,000 points. Piccolo was a little weaker, barely reaching 30,000 points. But when Son Wukong's Kaioken is fully unleashed, its combat power can reach up to 5 times, or 17.5 points. Because of his physical condition, Piccolo can only use the Kaioken with difficulty. He can reach 15 points of combat power, but he cannot hold on for a long time before his body collapses. Seeing the gap between him and Son Wukong getting bigger and bigger, Piccolo was naturally unwilling to accept this. As for Piccolo, I think it's better to go to the temple and ask the gods. After all, an old man in the family is like a treasure, and they are one and the same. In fact, son Gohan's real intention was to ask Popo. But he doesn't dare to tell the truth about Bobo now, so he can only use the gods as an excuse. Okay, let's split up. I'll go find Bulma and Piccolo will go to the temple. What about you, Gohan? Son Goku asked. I'll go to the temple with Piccolo. I'll go to Aunt Bulma's house to find you in 2 days, son Gohan replied. Yoshi, Somersault Cloud, then I'll go by myself first. No matter how strong he becomes, he still likes that soft Somersault Cloud. When there is no emergency, he still likes to ride the Somersault Cloud. Let's go too. Son Gohan grabbed Piccolo and instantly moved to the temple. Temple. Pico, if you want to significantly improve your strength, you have to merge with me. The immortal answered Piccolo's question. Old man, I am somewhat resistant to you. I don't want to merge with you for the time being. Piccolo was a little irritated. Mr. Popo, do you think there is any other way? Son Gohan turned his gaze to Popo behind the immortal. The spirit and time chamber, developing one's own blood, and increasing blood concentration. All of these can greatly improve him. Bobo did not hide anything at all. I know about spirits and the time chamber, but increasing blood concentration? Son Gohan was a little confused. The fact that the Namekians can create Dragon Balls is a miracle in itself. Dragon Balls, Shenlong, those are products that only the Supreme God, the Dragon God Salama, can create. If I'm not mistaken, the Namekians should be a race that was born with the opportunity to obtain the Dragon God's bloodline. If you increase the concentration of your own bloodline, I'm afraid you will catch up in a short time. Popo expressed his guess. But how do we invigorate our blood? Piccolo asked. Continuous dying and rebirth will trigger the inherited genes hidden deep in the blood, allowing the blood to improve autonomously. Bobo proposed a solution. There is great terror between life and death. As for rebirth after near death, that's easy. We have senzu beans. But if we stay on the edge of life and death for a long time, I'm afraid our consciousness will become addicted and degenerate. Son Gohan frowned slightly. Rebirth from near death, increasing blood concentration. This is similar to the Saiyans. Although the Saiyans improve their combat power, it is also obtained from their bloodline, but the Saiyans seem to be born with an easier time doing it. Aliens have treatment cabins, and Earth has magic beans. Son Gohan, help me. Piccolo decided to increase the concentration of his blood first and temporarily gave up the fusion with the immortal. Okay, let's try this method in the next 2 days. Chapter 22, 7 years old. Temple. The method proposed by Popo is very crazy for ordinary people and can be said to be seeking death, but in the Dragon Ball world, it becomes very simple. Piccolo went down himself and got a jar of senzu beans. Are you sure you want to do this? Piccolo, Son Gohan asked finally. Stop talking nonsense. I'd rather die than be inferior to Son Wukong. Come on. Piccolo closed his eyes. He gave up defense, and at the same time, he held a senzu bean in his mouth. Son Gohan raised his palm and pressed down, crack. It hurt so much, Piccolo's face was distorted with pain. He fell to the ground instantly. All his bones shattered. The broken debris pierced his flesh and skin, revealing his naked body. But the strange thing is that the vitality is still very strong, and it has not reached the point of being on the verge of death. As he bit the senzu bean, a warm current spread throughout his body, and his broken bones grew and recovered in a visible way. It was as if time had gone back. Son Gohan, what do you mean? Although I recovered instantly, the sweat caused by the extreme pain was still on my face. I didn't expect Namekians to have such strong vitality. If you're not dying, what can I do? This is the best I can do. 1 more point of strength and you'll die. 1 less point and your entire body won't explode. Son Gohan was a little embarrassed. Suddenly, Bobo said calmly, I just said dying. I didn't say the bones needed to explode. You heard it, Son Gohan. Piccolo's eyes were like knives. If eyes could kill, then Son Gohan would have died thousands of times. I know. Get ready. Let's do it again. Son Gohan showed a compromising attitude and then reminded Piccolo to get ready again. Call out. This time, Son Gohan shot out a solid energy beam from his fingertips. The beam was not thick, only as thick as a little finger, but the energy contained in it instantly pierced Piccolo's heart. Piccolo's pupils suddenly dilated, and a feeling of powerlessness surged into his heart. Pico, swallow the beans. The gods nearby were all affected, their bodies trembled, and their figures became dim and bright, as if they were about to disappear. Seeing this, Bobo hurriedly urged Piccolo. A damaged heart means the car's engine is scrapped, but Piccolo relied on his powerful consciousness and finally swallowed the senzu beans. The wound on the heart healed quickly, and the god's body became solid again. Mr. Bobo, I'm afraid if you come a few more times, I'll die, the immortal said fearfully. After hearing this, Bobo also frowned. After Piccolo recovered from his injuries, his consciousness, which had been on the brink of life and death, instantly returned to the world of the living. The moment he returned, his consciousness clearly sensed the body's autonomous defense. The cells quickly divided and multiplied, and a trace of the Salama genetic gene hidden in the cells was also emitted. But after just a moment, everything returned to normal. His body also showed different reactions accordingly. He could feel that his body became more flexible. The regeneration ability of his limbs also became much stronger. In the past, when he cut off his arm and made it grow again, he needed to output all his energy to activate his regeneration ability. After regeneration, his combat effectiveness would decrease. His physical strength would become weak. Now, you can regenerate your limbs with half the strength. The loss of physical strength is not that great. Piccolo opened his eyes and then told them about the changes in his body. After hearing this, Bobo nodded secretly. Son Gohan said, "The advantage of being a Namekian has finally been revealed. The ability to regenerate is your advantage. If you can use this ability to the fullest, you might be able to regenerate with a drop of blood. In other words, as long as there is a trace of cells left, you can be resurrected. Mr. Popo, is my explanation correct?" While expressing his thoughts, Son Gohan asked for Popo's opinion. The most powerful means of the dragon god Salama is wishes, the power of miracles. Only with miracles can the world have hope, and only with wishes can the world rush towards their wishes. Judging from his situation, the Namekians should have inherited the power of wishes from Salama. Therefore, the Namekians have to cultivate their minds and spirits, and their consciousness and souls are strong, which will drive their bodies to be strong. Subconscious wishes will also drive the power of wishes in the genes and trigger more peculiar superpowers. Piccolo's consciousness has just been wandering on the edge of life and death, with one foot in the underworld and one foot in the world of the living. This peculiar experience will enhance his consciousness. The so-called autonomous body defense is nothing more than the subconscious buried deep in his heart. Bobo's explanation sounded clearer, and the analysis was very clear. After Bobo finished explaining, he immediately spoke up. But this method is beyond my expectations. There is a great terror between life and death. Only when you respect death and respect life can you achieve special effects. It is not realistic to use this method to improve quickly. Piccolo, if it happens again, will you still be as scared as before? Piccolo pondered for a moment and said 2 words, "No." Yes, you won't, because you know in your heart that you can't die, so you won't be afraid of death. Being fearless is not necessarily a good thing. Moreover, there is no need to do it a few more times. Even if it happens again, even a god can't hold on. It's better to stop, said Bobo. Mr. Popo, then why can Saiyans do it? Son Gohan asked. After the Saiyans are reborn from the brink of death, their physical strength and combat effectiveness are enhanced. That is the potential that erupts from your tails. It has nothing to do with consciousness. Saiyans are a natural fighting race, and the will to fight is also a kind of consciousness. The situation of the Namekians cannot explain you Saiyans. Fearlessness in you Saiyans is the exact opposite of Namekians, and it is a racial advantage. Popo patiently explained to him. It seems that if Piccolo wants to become stronger, he needs to find other ways. Son Gohan pondered. No need, I think I already have a direction. Piccolo was in high spirits. Oh, Son Gohan showed a puzzled expression. Mr. Popo helped me point out the advantages and disadvantages. I am not a fool. In my previous training, I was too focused on improving my body and neglected the improvement of my consciousness. If I find a way to improve my consciousness and mental strength, it will also cause corresponding changes in my body and allow me to obtain more Dragon God genes. Piccolo is worthy of being the think tank in Dragon Ball Z. He immediately thought of a solution. Yeah, you're really smart. Why didn't I think of that? Son Gohan clapped his hands and agreed with Piccolo's statement. I can't be worse than a 3-year-old child, Piccolo said sarcastically. Hee, if I remember correctly, this person is only about 7 years old this year, right? I don't know why he looks so old, not like a young man at all. Son Gohan was not angry, but instead mocked Piccolo. Shut up, Son Gohan. Whoever told you that, I'll tear his mouth apart. Piccolo was furious. The present Piccolo just hatched from his shell in 753 AKI, and was defeated by Son Goku at the World Martial Arts Tournament in 756 AKI. Now it is 760 years old, and Piccolo is only 7 years old. A 7-year-old man, so funny. Son Gohan didn't care about Piccolo's anger at all, but mocked him again. What can Piccolo do? He can't beat him. He can't talk him out. Son Gohan, just wait for me. Piccolo had no choice but to leave after saying these harsh words. Humph, I will never call you uncle in this life, Son Gohan thought to himself. When he was watching Dragon Ball in his previous life, he was very angry at Son Gohan's inaction. Why should he call him uncle when there was a 4-year age difference between them? If they were related by blood and the seniority was there, he would just accept it. But he and Piccolo are not related at all, not to mention blood. They are of different races and species. One is a mammal and the other is an oviparous animal. After he traveled through time, he swore that he would never call Piccolo uncle. Chapter 23, The Failure of Spirit and Time House. Inside Bulma Manor. In a circular gravity room, Sun Wukong concentrated and calmed his mind. Turtle School Qigong. A thick blue beam of light shot out from his hand, circling around the gravity-controlling pillar in the center of the gravity room and then attacking himself. I saw him squatting with his legs slightly bent, his arms crossed and his muscles tense. Boom! After the light, Sun Wukong collapsed to the ground powerlessly. Great, it feels so great. Although Sun Wukong was physically weak, he was full of satisfaction in his heart. He clearly felt the changes in his body over the past 9 days. The combat effectiveness has increased several times. If you use a detector to detect his combat power now, you will find that his normal combat power has reached about 100,000 points. Because I didn't get the Senzu beans from Karanta this time, every time I got injured during training, I had to rely on my body to recover on its own, which wasted a lot of time. Otherwise, it would probably be even stronger. And another benefit of the body's autonomous recovery is that you can clearly feel where your body is lacking. Sun Wukong also made exercises to address his shortcomings. For example, his lower body. After his tail was cut off, his balance was slightly impaired, causing his lower body to be unstable. This time, he also trained for this defect. Although it is not as good as when the tail is there, it is much stronger than at the beginning, and the lower body is extremely stable. Son Gohan sighed 9 days ago. After Piccolo left the temple, he did not leave, but turned to look at Bobo. Mr. Popo, my fighting ability has increased too quickly, resulting in insufficient combat experience. My father and his friends are far behind me, so can I ask you to be my sparring partner? Son Gohan looked at Popo nervously. From what Popo just explained to Piccolo, it can be heard that even when the words Dragon God Salama came out of his mouth, there was not a trace of awe. It's like talking about an existence that doesn't care. The reason why the god and Piccolo couldn't hear it was because they didn't understand how powerful Salama was, but Son Gohan knew very well what kind of existence the Dragon God Salama was. He was an existence that could be on par with the Omni King. He couldn't even hear the slightest bit of reverence from Bobo's mouth, so one can imagine how horrified Bobo was. As soon as he came here, he carefully recalled the history of Dragon Ball. The more he recalled, the more he realized that Bobo was not simple. It has existed since the previous god Bobo, and this god has been in power for several hundred years. The Namekian catastrophe occurred around the 260th year of the Aegis. And now it is the 760th year. A full 500 years have passed. The gods are still old, and their lifespan is short. But Bobo didn't change at all. Moreover, in the original work, during the Majin Buu period, Popo could actually fight against two Super Saiyans, Goten and Trunks. Although their combat power after transforming into Super Saiyans is not very strong, they are still Super Saiyans. Unable to see the upper limit of lifespan, expressionless face all year round, and unseen fighting power. He also has the ability to create clay puppets. When Sun Wukong was a child, he was beaten terribly by the puppet made by Bobo. In addition, in Dragon Ball Super, Wise once said that there was a hint of Ultra instinct in Son Gohan. The ultimate skill is something that even the god of destruction finds difficult to learn. Why does Sun Wukong have a hint of Ultra instinct? Son Gohan traced back the memories in his mind and found that when Son Goku was a child training in the temple, Popo had personally made a puppet exactly like him. Recalling the details of the battle, I found that the puppet had a hint of the body's autonomous reaction. The body reacts autonomously and dodges the attack. Isn't this the precursor to Ultra Instinct? Bobo could actually create such a terrifying puppet. Son Gohan didn't dare to think about it anymore. The more he thought about it, the more he felt that Popo was unfathomable. Who knows what kind of terrifying existence is hidden under that cold and ruthless face. Mr. Popo, please help him for my sake. I don't have much time left. The future of the Earth depends on them. The immortal slowly stepped forward and asked for help on behalf of Son Gohan. Okay, God, Bobo nodded. For the immortals who had lived together for hundreds of years, a trace of kindness flashed in Bobo's calm eyes. That's right, loving kindness. Son Gohan even more doubted whether he had seen it wrong. Weird, really weird. Gohan, why don't you thank Mr. Popo? The immortal reminded. Thank you, Mr. Popo, Son Gohan thanked. Come with me. Bobo took the lead and walked towards a mysterious house. Son Gohan followed closely behind. Squeak. It seemed as if this door had not been opened for a long time. Bobo opened the door and walked in directly. Son Gohan also walked in. As soon as he entered, Son Gohan was stunned. This is the Spirit and Time House. No, there's no such oppressive feeling, and there's plenty of oxygen. What catches your eye is a vast expanse of white space with no visible boundaries. This is a failed product, an experiment of the Spirit and the Time House. Although it failed, I still kept it. The flow of time and the air in this room are the same as those in the outside world, except that the space is a little bigger. There is no such thing as day and night. It will always be like this, Bobo said calmly. Excuse me, are you the one who created the Spirit and Time Chamber? Son Gohan couldn't help but be curious. I know it's presumptuous of you to ask, but still you ask? Never mind. This isn't important. I'll just tell you. The Spirit and Time Chamber were built under my instruction by the god Ren Tian. Although I didn't do it myself, it's almost the same. Popo mechanically built it for a long time, and Son Gohan couldn't even count how many there were. Mr. Popo, the history of Earth civilization isn't that long, right? Son Gohan widened his eyes, not daring to believe what Popo said. After all, as far as the gods are concerned, they have each been in power for 500 years. According to Bobo, the history of intelligent creatures on Earth is probably 1,000,000 years. Civilization will be destroyed and will be reborn. I can't even count the current civilization on Earth. Okay, stop talking nonsense. Are you going to train or not? Bobo said more words in this day than in a year. He is a little annoyed. Training, no more words. Let me start, Mr. Popo. Son Gohan took a fighting stance. Well, come at me with all your strength. Let me see your strength. I am too lazy to be your sparring partner. I will make you a puppet and you can fight against the puppet. Come on, let me see your strength. Popo put one hand behind his back and raised the other to signal Son Gohan to attack. Okay, I'm welcome then. Drink it. Son Gohan explodes with all his energy and transforms into a Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan? I haven't seen one in over 1,000 years, Popo muttered to himself. Son Gohan didn't hear Popo's mumbling. Here I come, Mr. Bobo. After Son Gohan transformed, he rushed directly towards Popo. Boom, bang. He raised his foot and slid in the air at a high speed, raised his right elbow, supported his right hand with his left hand, and struck Bobo's chest with all his strength. But Bobo seemed to have seen his movements clearly, and actually raised his hand in advance to block his chest. This attack seemed to be aimed at the palm of Popo's hand that was blocking it. The moment of contact, Son Gohan felt like he had hit a piece of indestructible thunderbolt steel. The powerful recoil force made his entire arm numb. Son Gohan is even more certain that Popo will care about Ultraman. Da-da-da-da-da. Son Gohan attacked quickly, but each of his attacks could not have any effect on Popo. Popo's feet didn't even move at all. Every time, either the attack is blocked in advance or the flaw is discovered, and the opponent attacks in advance to break the move. Chapter 24, Abnormal Puppet, Temple. Huff, huff, Son Gohan gasped heavily. The golden aura surrounding his body flickered. He had reached his limit in just a few minutes. Under the unreserved attack, physical strength is consumed extremely. Super Saiyan itself is an extremely energy-consuming transformation. The 50-fold increase in one's combat power also puts a huge burden on the body. Mr. Popo, I only have one last attack, Son Gohan said with a sigh of relief. Bobo still looked calm. Damn it, this is so perverted, Son Gohan cursed in his heart. He made the same move as on the three-eyed star, raising his right hand and pointing it as a sword, while holding his right wrist with his left hand. Energy begins to gather at the fingertips. Star-piercing attack. Whoosh! Bobo slowly raised his hand, and a faint trace of unclear black energy appeared on his palm. Then point to the star-piercing attack. Bow! The beam of light was like a detergent bubble. The moment it touched Bobo's fingers, it immediately dissipated into nothingness. The layer of black energy covering the palm was like a terrifying black hole. No matter how Son Gohan increased the output, he could not eliminate it at all. Helpless Son Gohan could only give up his attack and return to normal, sitting weakly on the ground. Mr. Bobo, I can't fight anymore, I have no strength left. Oh, you fell down before I even started to exert any strength. Popo mocked Son Gohan. Ah, yes, you're so great. I can't do that. Son Gohan had no choice but to accept it. Humph, do you know how unrealistic it is to use me as a sparring partner? It turns out that Bobo is waiting here. I still underestimated you, Mr. Popo. I was too arrogant. Son Gohan had to admit. That's good to know. Okay, wait for me for a while and I'll be your sparring partner. Bobo got the answer he wanted and walked out of the house. I don't know where he went. Son Gohan sat cross-legged and did not take any senzu beans. Instead, he enjoyed the feeling of weakness from exhaustion and the numbness after his muscles became sore. Although Bobo did not attack him, the invisible pressure made him feel extremely exhausted. As his physical strength recovered, Son Gohan felt that his combat power had increased again by about several 100,000 points. His potential will be triggered as long as there is the right method. The invisible pressure that Bobo just exuded is also a very good guidance method. Son Gohan sat in meditation for a whole day, and because he was too hungry, he had to take a senzu bean. Squeak! The door opened again, and behind Popo was seen a puppet that looked exactly like Son Gohan. There were only 2 more stitches on his face, and there was no light in his eyes. Puppet, Gohan asked. This puppet was made according to your combat power, but I gave it a lot of combat experience. Its combat power is the same as yours, but its strength will far exceed yours. As long as you can defeat it, you will undergo earth-shaking changes, Bobo explained. Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Popo. Son Gohan's dormant fighting spirit erupted again. You can fight as much as you want in this space. With your strength, you can't cause any damage to this space. You can come out when you defeat it. Popo closed the door without waiting for Gohan to speak. No matter how hard Son Gohan tried, he couldn't open it. Buzz, start combat mode. The moment the door was closed, the puppet seemed to have received an order. A gleam of light suddenly flashed in its dull eyes. At the same time, he strikes the same fighting stance as Son Gohan. Come on, who's afraid of who? Son Gohan is fierce on the outside but weak on the inside. Son Gohan makes the same pose. The puppet made the same movements as when he attacked Bobo just now. Slide at high speed, raise elbows, and attack the chest. But the puppet's movements seemed to be flawless. F***K, it's just different. Son Gohan couldn't see any flaws, so he had no choice but to dodge. But things are often unexpected. The moment the puppet lost its grip, its body spun beyond reason and its legs lifted at the same time. Using the powerful rotational force, he kicked towards Son Gohan's waist. Boom! Son Gohan's moves were too old to be avoided at all, and he was kicked away by the puppet directly. Bah, this is not what I thought. When my dad was a kid, he mostly used defense and avoidance to deal with puppets. How come I'm so strong? Son Gohan cursed inwardly. Call out. Seeing him fall to the ground, the puppet did not give up the attack, but attacked again. While moving at high speed, it also fired energy bombs at Son Gohan to disrupt his movements. F***K, it's become a spirit. Son Gohan slapped away the energy bombs with one palm after another. The last energy bomb was blown up by him, and the puppet's somewhat terrifying face appeared in front of him. Bang, dang. The puppet directly hits the head. Son Gohan was knocked away again. Asshole, you've gone too far. Son Gohan was furious. The Super Saiyan appears, and the terrifying air wave instantly blows away the puppet that attacks again. Seeing this, the puppet was not panicked at all. Ding ding, turn on extreme mode. The puppet also exploded with energy, exuding an aura comparable to that of Son Gohan. Pervert, he actually created such a horrible puppet in just one day. Son Gohan suddenly felt hopeless about his life. I don't know what the meaning of my hard work is. Bobo's power was beyond his imagination. I tried my best to improve my strength and break through to Super Saiyan. But facing Bobo, he is not even as good as an ant. Even the puppet he created is stronger than him. Son Gohan has developed an inner demon. Outside. Oh no, this is a bit too much. Is this child going to be ruined? Bobo felt something was wrong. At the same time, always pay attention to the information in the room. The puppet is still chasing, and Son Gohan blocks and dodges unconsciously. At the same time, I began to struggle deep down in my heart, wondering what the point of becoming stronger was. A hint of black flashed across the golden flame. Forget it, what's the point of becoming stronger? This world is too scary. It's not a world you can dominate. Cheer up, you're only 3 years old. Are you sure you won't be able to beat Popovich in the future? Have you forgotten your original goal? To stand at the top of the universe. Two voices in my heart are arguing endlessly. Son Gohan's eyes became brighter and brighter unconsciously. Yeah, I don't care. My life has just begun. The purpose of becoming stronger is to survive. Since I have come to this scary world, why not try my best to see the scenery at the top? Son Gohan realized in his heart. Consciousness returns again. Huh? I was able to hold out for so long. Son Gohan was curious as to why he could hold out for so long without realizing it. Little did he know that the black flash in his aura just now. External. Good boy, you came out so quickly. Popo nodded secretly, seeming very satisfied with Son Gohan. Indoor. Come on, I'm not afraid of you. Son Gohan regained his confidence and began to explore the movements of the puppet. At the same time, learn the puppet's fighting method, abandon your own shortcomings, and learn the puppet's advantages. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days. From losing at the beginning to being evenly matched on the 7th day. Even now it has the upper hand. Thank you, even though you are a puppet. Son Gohan sighed and thanked. The puppet still attacked him expressionlessly. The puppet swung a punch and attacked Son Gohan in the face. Son Gohan tilted his head slightly and dodged it in advance. Puppet sweep kick. Gohan took a step back in advance, and the puppet's toes brushed past Son Gohan's pants. The puppet kicked straight ahead, and Son Gohan turned sideways. With a split kick, Son Gohan took a step forward, pushed his shoulder upwards, and directly knocked the puppet away. The attack power of the downward kick is in the calf. Son Gohan's forward step just reaches the puppet's thigh. That blow is so powerful that it directly knocks the puppet away. Defeat me, you can't cause me any harm anymore. Son Gohan made his final attack. Simple, raise your hand, make a fist and punch straight. Simplifying things, there are no complicated attack moves. Just a simple straight punch with full force, directly penetrating the attacking puppet. Boom! The puppet was directly blown up by a punch. It turned into dust and disappeared. It's really mud, horrible, perverted. Seeing this scene, Son Gohan cursed inwardly. There is no need to say who is being scolded. Son Gohan tried to open the door. Creak, the door opened. Chapter 25, Surprise. Time goes back 9 days. Temple. Mr. Popo, thank you so much. Although Son Gohan secretly cursed Popo as a pervert in his heart, he was still very grateful to him in his heart. Calling him a pervert does not conflict with expressing gratitude. Popo's eyes were sharp, as if they could penetrate Son Gohan's heart. Mr. Popo, what do you want to do? I'm still a child. Son Gohan was frightened by the sharp eyes and stepped back repeatedly. Bah, I don't want to. Son Gohan didn't expect that Popo was also a shy guy. He was speechless. Mr. Popo, I'm leaving now. Son Gohan was so scared that he teleported away immediately. Bulma Manor. The exhausted son, Wukong, struggled to get up and walked out of the gravity room. Bulma, I'm so hungry. Do you have any food? Son Wukong walked to the door of Bulma's laboratory tremblingly. Don't bother me. The restaurant has an intelligent robot. Bulma didn't know what she was tinkering with and had no time to pay attention to Son Goku. All right. Helpless son Wukong could only go to the restaurant alone. Swish. A figure suddenly appeared. Dad, what happened to you? Son Gohan looked at the weak son Goku in surprise. I'm exhausted and a little injured, Son Wukong said weakly. Didn't you ask the cat master for senzu beans? Son Gohan asked in surprise. Oh, I forgot about this. Son Wukong scratched the back of his head. I still have 2 here. Eat them quickly. Son Gohan took out his remaining senzu beans. No, I still want to eat delicious food. Although fairy beans can fill me up, they have no taste. It's great. Have you eaten them? If not, let's eat together. Son Wukong walked towards the restaurant first. That's good. I haven't eaten a single bite in the past 9 days. I've been living on senzu beans. My mouth is dry as a bird. Son Gohan agreed with him. The 2 of them walked slowly towards the restaurant. Son Wukong has learned how to use the smart robot in the past 2 days. In less than 30 minutes, the table was filled with all kinds of delicious food. The 2 of them devoured the food in no time. The robot got on quickly, and they ate even faster. Especially for barbecued meat, the skewers are almost sending out sparks. After a full hour, the 2 of them finally touched their bellies and burped. His eyes narrowed slightly, and sleepiness surged into his heart. Dad, you've become a lot stronger in the past 9 days. How many times can you use the Kaioken? Son Gohan asked. 8 or 9 times. If you don't worry about your health, 10 times can last for a few minutes. Son Wukong said casually. 8 or 9 times? 10 times? Why can't I do that? I'm obviously stronger than you. Son Gohan was stunned. Gohan, although your fighting ability is stronger than mine, you have neglected how to use your Kai to its full potential. Son Wukong said as he picked up the stainless steel spoon on the table. Whoosh, a stream of hot air rose up. The spoon slowly turned red and finally melted into molten iron, then transformed into a spoon again and slowly cooled down. Can you do this? Son Goku picked up another spoon and threw it to Son Gohan. The same scorching airflow rose up, but the difference was that the moment it rose, the spoon turned into a wisp of black smoke and dissipated. Control it. Dad, you can control your own energy, right? Son Gohan immediately figured out the reason. That's right. Although you have great combat power and a stronger body than me, the Kaioken uses chi to ignite cells, causing them to divide and reproduce rapidly. Increasing combat power multiples requires precise control of chi. Having great combat power is not necessarily a point. With great combat power comes a great burden. Son Wukong explained the reason in detail. Dad, I overestimated myself and got a little carried away. Son Gohan said with a blush. That's right, ever since he came here. He has been relying on his understanding of the Dragon Ball world to quickly improve his combat effectiveness. But his control over energy is far inferior to that of Son Wukong. Piccolo, and others. The combat effectiveness increased too quickly, and there was no time to properly organize itself. After coming out of the temple, his combat power has increased to tens of millions points, so he can easily destroy the puppet. Just when he was feeling complacent, Sun Wukong reminded him, "Gohan, the road of martial arts is long, never be proud." Son Goku advised him with a serious expression, completely different from his previous innocent expression. "Dad, I remember, you are the real wise man who appears foolish," Son Gohan said respectfully. "Great wisdom appears foolish? What does that mean?" Son Wukong was stunned again. Just pretend I didn't say anything," Son Gohan said helplessly. After eating and drinking, Son Gohan came to Bulma. "Aunt Bulma, is the gravity room ready?" Son Gohan asked cautiously. Madam, I've told you so many times, don't call me Auntie, or just call me Bulma." Bulma put down her work and shouted at Son Gohan by his ear. I know, my ears are deafened," Son Gohan said aggrievedly. "Wait, it will be done soon. I'll just polish it once more." Bulma picked up the polisher and started polishing the ring in front of her. Bah! 3 minutes later. "Okay, it's finally done. I've been so tired these past few days. Considering that you're still a child, I made the ring as thick as your thumb. Wear it on your thumb now, and you can wear it on your ring finger when you grow up." Bulma handed the platinum ring in front of her to Son Gohan. "That's not important. What's important is how many times the gravity is." Son Gohan didn't care about the style of the ring at all. "You guess." "I do not guess, you guess. Guess if I guess or not." "The gravity is far beyond our budget, reaching an astonishing 1,000 times, but you must be careful. I dare not imagine how heavy the gravity is at 1,000 times, and it is not a normal multiple, but doubled," Bulma said unhappily. 1,000 times? That's great, then I can use it for a long time." Son Gohan didn't expect Bulma to give him such a big surprise. "That's nothing. After 9 days of my unremitting efforts, your gravity room is no different from a house. It has everything you need for a shower, TV, cooking, music, etc." Bulma elaborated on the benefits that Son Gohan didn't care about at all. "Thank you, Ms. Bulma," Son Gohan bowed as she spoke. "Hey, have you been living in a low-life environment for too long? How did you learn this little etiquette? As we all know, in daily life, small gifts are better than big ones." Back to the topic. Okay, you are Goku's son, it's normal for me to help you, and you have this special material. Don't forget me." Bulma also liked this polite child. It's totally incomparable to the scene of the first meeting with Sun Wukong. Kai acted too early. I was the first one to meet him. I wonder if he and I can give birth to such a smart and polite child. Bulma muttered to herself, her face flushed. "Ms. Bulma, what did you say?" Son Gohan didn't hear clearly. "It's okay, kid. I have already done what you asked. Take your father back quickly. You practice at my house every day and eat like a pig. You are so noisy that I am dying of anxiety. Go away quickly these 2 days and let me have a good rest for a few days." Bulma drove the father and son away. Son Gohan didn't know why Bulma was so angry, but he didn't care. Instead, he called Son Goku to leave. Son Wukong also pressed the normal gravity room back into capsule state and took it away. Bulma looked at the two people's backs from afar as they left and couldn't help but say, "Damn Yamcha, if you weren't so fickle, I would have such a smart son. My prince, where are you?" "On an unknown planet." "Ah, sneeze." Whoosh, boom. "What's wrong, Prince Vegeta? Is it because the weather on this planet is cold that you caught a cold?" Nappa said as he killed the alien in front of him. "Nappa, stop bullshitting me. I'm a genius Saiyan warrior. How could I catch a cold? Damn it, the missions assigned by Frieza are getting more and more difficult." "Hey, Raditz, are you sure your brother is still alive?" asked the short man with a hairdo that shot up like flames. "Prince Vegeta, I'm sure, because there are no powerful humans on that planet. With my brother's fighting ability, he will definitely not die." The man with long hair dragging down his buttocks replied. "Okay, after completing this mission, find an opportunity to take a mission closer to Earth and bring your brother back. Although he's also a low-level fighter, he'll definitely be better than this useless vegetable man after some training." Vegeta smashed the last vegetable man to pieces with one palm, because it is already in tatters and has no use value at all. Yes, Prince Vegeta, I get it. Chapter 26, Raditz arrives, Bowsy Mountain. The father and son, one on the left and one on the right, popped out of their respective gravity chambers. Kiki went to visit Bull Demon King and hasn't come back yet. The father and son also had a rare day without anyone scolding them, practicing hard in the gravity room. The gravity on Son Wukong's side is a multiple of his basic weight. He weighs about 180 pounds, 2 times 360, 3 times 540, and so on. Son Gohan's side is extremely terrifying. Son Gohan is about 80 kilograms, 2 times 160, 3 times directly 320, 4 times is 640. Starting from 4 times, it directly surpasses Son Goku's gravity room multiples. Son Wukong also tried to go to Son Gohan's gravity room, because his gravity room could withstand 200 times. The gravity has reached Jin 18 tons. It is equivalent to a small truck full of goods. And it is gravity from the outside in. Even the internal organs are under this pressure. Out of curiosity, Son Wukong came to Son Gohan's gravity room 2 days ago. The moment he opened the door and walked in, he was pressed to the ground. His capillaries burst, blood spurted from his mouth, and his internal organs were broken. But the display on the pillar, in the center of the gravity room, only said 10 times. That's right, 10 times. Based on 180 Jin, 360, 720 14, 40 28 80. After 10 times, it has reached Jin. Even in his normal gravity room, at 300 times the force, the gravity was only kilograms. This is totally incomparable to Son Gohan. Seeing this, Son Gohan quickly turned off the gravity multiplier, helped Son Goku up and fed him another senzu bean. Dad, how are you? Son Gohan asked worriedly. I almost died. If you were a second later, I wouldn't have been able to hold on, Son Wukong said with lingering fear. Dad, I told you my multiples are different. Forget it, you can't calculate this either. Son Gohan complained. I got it, Gohan. Even if you don't tell me, I won't come. I'll come again when I break through to become a Super Saiyan. Son Wukong wandered between life and death, and his fighting power was enhanced again. When he was at Bulma's house, his combat power had exceeded 100,000 points. He then returned to Bowsy Mountain to practice, but there was no significant improvement. After a month, it only increased by about 10,000 points. But this is the body's own accumulation of foundation. The foundation accumulated by training the body is transformed into potential. At the moment of his near-death rebirth, his combat power increased dramatically, directly breaking through 500,000 points. Seeing this, Son Gohan was not surprised at all. In the original work, when Son Goku came to Namek, Jinyu detected that his combat power was over 180,000 points, and that was when he activated the Kaioken. But after he took over Son Goku's body, he was seriously injured by Krillin and Gohan. After recovering in the treatment cabin, his combat power directly reached the normal limit of Saiyans, 3 million. Then, through Krillin's death, he directly broke through to become a Super Saiyan. I don't know why, but Son Wukong's combat power improvement is now much slower than in the original work. Son Gohan guessed that it was because there were no strong enemies. Even though he is powerful, Son Wukong does not regard him as an enemy, so naturally he does not feel any sense of urgency. Judging from the time, my uncle will be here soon, Son Gohan murmured. What uncle? Son Wukong looked at him with some confusion and asked. Nothing, Dad. We've been training for so long, why don't we go out for a walk? Didn't you say that you have many friends that you haven't introduced to me? Son Gohan suggested going out for a walk. That's fine. Since Kai Kai is not here, I will take you to Turtle Island. Turtle Master is my master. Although we are powerful in fighting, we are not necessarily better than Master Turtle in martial arts. Son Wukong agreed. The two of them packed up and washed up, then set off for Turtle Island. On the way, Son Gohan also used communication to inform Bulma, and Bulma contacted Tine Shinhan, Yamcha, and a group of friends. Oolong, Krillin has been staying with Master Roshi. Since we are going to get together, Let's do it together. A month ago. After Raditz, Vegeta and the other two conquered the nameless planet. Raditz directly accepted a mission closer to the Earth from the mission system. In a month, Raditz has arrived in the solar system. In another 3 hours, Raditz will land on Earth. Turtle Island. Haha, Goku, long time no see. It's been almost 5 years. You haven't contacted us since you got married. Krillin was very happy to see Goku coming. 2 figures flew from the sky in the distance in the east. The people who came were none other than Tyne Shinhan and Jaya Ozi. A figure and a jet plane also came quickly from the west. It's Yamcha and Bulma. Long time no see, Yamcha. Hello everyone. I have prepared a lot of delicious food, drinks, and beverages. Let's drink to our heart's content today. Bulma took out a space capsule. Haha, everyone is here. Goku, what's this? Amidst the laughter, Krillin discovered Gohan behind Son Goku. Haha, I'm a transparent man, Son Gohan said helplessly to himself. I forgot to introduce him to you all. This is my and Kai-Kai's son, Son Gohan. He's even stronger than me, Son Goku proudly introduced. Son Gohan. A gleam of light flashed across Master Roshi's sunglasses. Well, I gave him this name specifically to commemorate Grandpa Gohan. Son Wukong spoke with a hint of nostalgia in his tone. Yeah, okay. Gohan is so good. How old are you this year? Lan Chi walked up to Gohan and touched the top of his head and asked. Hey, Lan Chi, don't treat him as a child. That guy doesn't act like a child at all, Bulma quickly reminded. Sister Lan Chi, I am 4 years old this year. After hearing what Bulma said, Son Gohan deliberately grabbed Lan Chi's hand, touched it, and answered. Now Lan Chi has blue hair, so she has a gentle personality. She doesn't care about Son Gohan's behavior. Son Gohan, you are so shameless, Bulma said angrily. What's wrong, Bulma? Have you seen Son Gohan before? Krillin asked in surprise. HMPH, that little guy. Bulma began to tell everyone what happened when Son Gohan came to her. Achu, hey, you little brat, how dare you take advantage of me? You're looking for death, da. Lan Chi transformed, took out a submachine gun from somewhere, and fired a volley of bullets at Son Gohan. Son Gohan waved his hand, leaving afterimages, and he easily caught a volley of bullets. You little brat, you think you're awesome? Next, I'll let you taste my howitzer. The blonde Lan Chi shouldered the rocket launcher. Hey Lan Chi, stop it, that's so rude. Tianjin couldn't help but speak. Tyne Shinhan, you're here too. Damn it. The blonde Lan Chi suddenly suppressed her anger and put away the bazooka. Then he walked up to Tyne Shinhan, sat down angrily and said, Today you have to beg for mercy otherwise. Humph. It seems that the rumor that Blonde Blue likes Tyne Shinhan is not groundless. Gohan thought to himself. Gohan, I didn't expect you to be so powerful. Krillin, Yamcha, and others looked at Gohan in surprise. Sit down, Gohan. Let me ask you, have you ever seen a gorilla? Master Roshi suddenly asked. Everyone's actions also stopped for a moment, waiting for Son Gohan's answer. Don't worry, Master Roshi, my family goes to bed early. We never look at the moon. Son Gohan naturally understood what they meant. That's good. Oolong, Krillin, Yamcha, and others breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. Everyone sat around, eating and chatting. On the plain 3,000 kilometers, away from Gixian Island. Boom! Suddenly, a huge hole was smashed into the ground. The ground also shook violently, but for a very short time. Hey, meteorite, I'm rich. A middle-aged fat man who was doing farm work not far away threw down his tools and drove to the place where the Raditz spaceship landed. Little did he know that his lifespan was getting shorter and shorter. Turtle Island. Haha, is he here? Son Gohan looked thoughtfully at the place where Raditz landed. Gohan, Son Wukong seemed to have noticed something. Don't worry, Dad. Son Gohan suddenly increased his energy a little, allowing his fighting power to be revealed a little. Because in the original story, Raditz found Piccolo first. In order to prevent being beaten to death by Piccolo, Son Gohan deliberately exposed his Kai to make it easier for Raditz to detect it. What's wrong, Gohan? Krillin also sensed Gohan's abnormality. Master came, Tyne Shinhan, and Yamcha all felt it. It's okay, everyone eat, I'll put on a show for you later. Son Gohan comforted everyone. Chapter 27, Yamcha and -039's death. On a picturesque plain, a huge pit with a diameter of 5 meters and a depth of about 3 meters was created by a spaceship of alien visitors. It's like a landscape painting soaked in ink. The middle-aged fat man also drove over. Looking at the circular aircraft in the deep pit below, I was amazed. Whoosh creak, the aircraft door suddenly opened. Are we there yet? I haven't gotten enough sleep yet. Raditz opened his eyes dazedly. Then he walked out of the aircraft, woo-wo. I saw his feet leave the ground and slowly float up. You are an alien. The middle-aged fat uncle didn't run away, but picked up the shotgun in his hand and pointed it at Raditz. Beep beep, combat power 5 points. Raditz asked in confusion and turned on the detector. HMPH, a scumbag with a combat power of only 5, Raditz said disdainfully. He was seen floating towards the middle-aged fat man. Don't come over here, or I'll shoot. Bang, the middle-aged fat uncle trembled his fingers and shot directly. When? Raditz raised his hand and caught the bullet. What an outdated gun. Came Island. Oh no, this idiot. Son Gohan secretly thought that something was wrong. I stood up instantly and came to the beach with great momentum. The others looked at Gohan in surprise, not knowing why this unusual behavior occurred. Raditz here. Drop. The detector suddenly issued an irritating alarm. Raditz also stopped his move to kill the middle-aged fat uncle. Just as he was about to detect the combat power value, Son Gohan suppressed his breath, fearing that he would not dare to come after seeing the value. Who? Could it be Kakarot? Kakarot, since you are alive, why are there still indigenous people on this planet? This planet clearly has a moon. Raditz floated directly into the sky and flew towards Kame Island. After Raditz left, the middle-aged fat uncle instantly became younger, and his pants were wet. Arctic ice sheet. Son Gohan, there's another chi over there heading towards Son Gohan? Interesting. Piccolo also floated in the air. Although the distance was far, his flying speed was much faster than Raditz. Kame Island. Gohan, Goku stood up and came to Gohan. Dad, don't worry, my uncle is much weaker than you, Son Gohan said calmly. Brother, Goku also looked up in the direction of Raditz. There is a very powerful energy coming from there. It is even more powerful than the great demon King Piccolo 5 years ago. Krillin explained when he saw the doubts of Bulma, Lan Chi, Oolong, and others. Yamcha and Tine Shinhan were facing a formidable enemy and stood behind Son Goku and his son. They didn't know that Son Wukong had undergone a tremendous change at this time. Not to mention the perverted son, Gohan next to him. Picnic is here too, Master Roshi. Where is the demon sealing pot? We must seal him this time, Krillin asked anxiously. Krillin, calm down, just watch quietly, it's okay. Son Wukong stopped Krillin's actions. Wukong? Krillin looked at the calm Wukong in surprise. Then he gave up the idea in his mind and chose to believe Son Wukong. Boom, a sonic boom sounded. Piccolo lands. Son Gohan, do you know who he is? Piccolo looked at the actions of Son Gohan and Son Goku and instantly guessed that they knew this strange aura. Piccolo, just watch quietly, Son Gohan said calmly. Lord Piccolo, what are you doing here? Hurry up and leave, we are not the same as you. Yamcha challenged Piccolo without knowing the consequences. I wonder if he wants to show off his muscles in front of Bulma. Get away, trash. Piccolo's eyes focused, and an invisible force instantly knocked Yamcha away. Stop, Piccolo. Son Wukong immediately came to Yamcha and stopped Piccolo. Son Gohan didn't care at all, because he was too lazy to save a guy who was seeking his own death. Showing off muscles. It depends on who you are showing off your muscles to. You stupid guy, you deserve it. Son Gohan cursed in his heart. Although Bulma broke up with him, she still had a bit of affection for him, so she stepped forward and helped Yamcha sit aside. You are such a jerk, you have no strength at all, but you are trying to show off. Bulma scolded angrily. But to Yamcha, this sentence was like killing someone. HMPH, I don't need you to help me, get out of here. Yamcha struggled to get up and flew away directly. You, bastard, Bulma, will never speak another word to you again in this life. Bulma was so angry that tears fell like rain. Okay, Bulma. Yamcha is sad, please understand. Krillin stepped forward to comfort her. He deserves to be single. I have decided that I will never be with him in this life. We are breaking up. Bulma made up her mind not to have anything to do with him anymore. Unfortunately, the place where Yamcha flew away was exactly the direction where Raditz was coming from. Ding ding, combat power 200 points. The detector on Raditz's cochlea suddenly sounded an alarm. That doesn't sound like a Saiyan's spirit. Are you provoking me? You're looking for death. Raditz thought Yamcha was provoking him, so he accelerated again and flew towards Yamcha at full speed. Yamcha this way. Damn Piccolo and Son Goku, they clearly have the ability to stop it in advance. Why did they embarrass me? Yamcha was filled with anger. He was so angry that he ignored Raditz's anger. Die, Star Crusher Bomb. Raditz saw the small dot in the distance and directly condensed the energy bomb. At the same time, he shouted and fired the energy bomb. Boom! What the hell? Damn it, damn it. Came Island. Gohan, hurry. Goku naturally couldn't bear to see Yamcha die, and quickly exploded with anger and flew towards the battlefield. Save him, forget it, let's save him, otherwise Dad will use the Dragon Balls to revive him. What a waste of wishes. Son Gohan instantly disappeared. Piccolo follows closely behind Son Goku. Krillin, Tine Shinhan, and Jaya-Ozi all stood up. Bulma also took out the space capsule and ejected it into the plane. The rest of the people got on the plane and rushed over. But the moment Son Gohan hesitated, he lost the chance to rescue. When he teleported over, Yamcha had already exploded into a pile of minced meat, floating in the air. Oh, kid, who are you? Raditz asked. I'm late. I wonder if Dad will blame me. Son Gohan did not answer him. Swishy. Two figures also rushed over. Where's Yamcha, Gohan? Goku asked where Yamcha was as soon as he arrived. Dad, look, over there. Son Gohan pointed to the pile of minced meat next to him. Damn it, you bastard, why did you kill him? He asked me to deal with it myself, so don't do anything. Son Wukong was furious, and the energy in his body exploded uncontrollably. Ding ding, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. Boom! Raditz instantly took off the burnt detector on his cochlea and said in horror. Impossible, impossible. 100,000 points, impossible. Raditz retreated back in fear. Piccolo was also watching Son Wukong silently from the side. He asked himself if he had found a method of cultivation that was suitable for him. During this period of time, he also successfully broke through 100,000 points of combat power, although there was no detector. But Son Wukong, who is still exploding, has obviously surpassed him. Bulma's plane has also arrived. Everyone is inside the fuselage, observing the furious Goku. At the same time, I also saw a pile of minced meat falling down not far away. Because of the energy traction, the pieces of flesh did not fall immediately after the explosion, but after the energy disappeared, the pieces of flesh began to fall. Poor Yamcha, not even a complete body was left. He must be buried in his clothes. Dad, calm down. You can use the Dragon Balls to revive Yamcha. Son Gohan stepped forward and grabbed Son Goku. Gohan, but Yamcha's body is gone. The Dragon Balls can't revive him, Son Wukong explained while trying to suppress his anger. Upon hearing this, Raditz quietly pressed the communication button that burned out the detector. The burnt detector only had part of its detection capability burned out, but the communication function was not burned out. Son Gohan remained silent after hearing this. He didn't want to say that the Dragon Balls from Namek could fulfill 3 wishes. There is another way, Piccolo suddenly spoke. Yes, how could I forget your race, Piccolo? That's great. Using the Dragon Balls from Namek, I should be able to revive Yamcha. Son Goku was overjoyed. Son Gohan looked at Piccolo with murderous intent on his face, as if he was blaming Piccolo for being too talkative. Piccolo shuddered involuntarily when he saw Son Gohan's eyes, and stepped back slightly, fearing that he would be beaten up by Son Gohan if he wasn't careful. Call out. Son Gohan directly fired a beam of light and destroyed the detector in Raditz's hand. It's still exposed. I'm speechless. Is this the restorative power of the world's rules? Son Gohan's heart was filled with waves. "You are Kakarot. I am your brother, don't do it," Raditz said in horror at this time. Kakarot looks exactly like his father Bardock. Chapter 28, Raditz surrenders. The universe and starry sky. Nappa, did you hear that? Vegeta, who was rushing to Frieza's base, suddenly heard the message from Raditz. "Yeah, I heard it, Prince Vegeta. It must be fake, right? Are there such magical things in the universe?" Nappa couldn't believe it. "Idiot," Kakarot said it so firmly, "it must be true. And according to rumors, the Namekians do have mysterious superpowers," Vegeta cursed. Although the two aircraft were flying at high speed in the starry sky, it did not affect the two people's communication and chatting at all. "Prince Vegeta, are we going to Namek?" Nappa asked excitedly. "Baga, the detector must be monitored by Frieza. We are close to the Earth now. Let's change direction and go directly to the Earth. I want to be immortal. Frieza, you wait for me." When Vegeta said the last sentence, he had already taken off the detector. "Yes, Your Highness. Blah blah." Nappa quickly tapped the keyboard in front of him with both hands to change the flight direction. Vegeta also changed his destination to Earth. Frieza headquarters. "Report, King Frieza. Great joy, great joy." The sudden scream startled Frieza instantly. The red wine glass in his hand fell to the ground and shattered with the liquid spilling. People scare people to death. If they don't scare them to death, they kill the people who scared them. Call out. A beam of red light directly penetrated the chest of the person who came to report. The poor soldier thought he would get a reward from Frieza, but unexpectedly he got a death quota. "Dodoria, go and see if there's anything worth celebrating," Frieza said calmly. "Yes, Lord Frieza." The ugly pink fat man Dodoria next to Frieza took the order and went directly to the First Legion. As Frieza's right-hand man, he naturally knew which legion the soldier who came to report was from. It is not an easy thing to be Frieza's subordinate. If you can't even do this, you wouldn't be alive today. After Dodoria flew out, she turned off the detector and walked slowly towards the headquarters of the First Legion. "I finally got out and can breathe a sigh of relief. Serving a king is like serving a tiger, let alone serving the cruel and ruthless Frieza." So Dodoria was not in a hurry along the way. It took him a full half hour to reach the First Legion headquarters. 3 minutes later, whoosh boom. A sonic boom sounded, and upon closer inspection, Dodoria's forehead was covered in cold sweat. "Oh no, it took me more than half an hour to get such important news. I hope Lord Frieza won't be angry. Faster, faster." Dodoria accelerated as fast as he could. A loud bang sounded. It seems that this is very important news. Even Dodoria is anxious. "Mr. Sabo, what do you think?" Frieza also heard the sonic boom. "Did he?" "Lord Frieza, Dodoria has already exploded at full speed. It looks like something serious is going on." Sabo used a detector to detect Dodoria. "Then let's hope it's good news." 3 minutes later. Who, report to Lord Frieza. The news from the First Legion is, Dodoria, panting heavily, told Frieza the news he had intercepted and eavesdropped on Raditz and the others. "Dodoria, Sabo, order the First Army to search for Namek's location immediately and prepare to set off quickly. I know that Vegeta won't submit to me. We must reach Namek before he reaches Earth." Frieza immediately issued the order. "Yes, Lord Frieza." Dodoria and Sabo took the order. One spaceship after another began to prepare for flight. Other researchers also began searching for the location of Namek. Earthside. "Kakarot, please spare me. I am your brother." Raditz was half lying on the ground weakly. Just now, son Wukong beat Raditz violently to vent his anger. But after a few punches, Raditz was completely exhausted. Son Wukong condensed terrifying energy in his palm, but he still couldn't bear to kill Raditz. "Son Wukong, do you want me to help you?" Piccolo taunted. "Shut up, Piccolo. If you feel like it, I'll accompany you," Son Gohan shouted. But he did not stop Son Wukong. To kill or not to kill was just a matter of Son Wukong's thought. "Go away, get out of the Earth. Never come back again." Son Wukong suppressed his killing intent and decided to let Raditz go. Raditz heard Son Goku drive him away from the Earth. His expression was hesitant. "Dad, wait, he can't leave." Son Gohan stepped forward. You are Kakarot's son. Raditz looked at Son Gohan in surprise. Gohan, why? Son Goku didn't understand why he wanted to keep Raditz. He has informed the other Saiyans, and they will land on Earth soon. The detector you just destroyed in his hand was a communication tool, right, Son Gohan? Piccolo suddenly remembered Son Gohan's unusual behavior just now. Yes, but it's still too late. You still exposed the Dragon Ball. Son Gohan's face was not panicked at all. Gohan, Son Wukong looked quite embarrassed. Piccolo's face turned even greener. It was okay that he had exposed the Dragon Balls of the Earth, but he clearly remembered that Son Goku seemed to have exposed the matter of Namek. Son Gohan, is Namek in danger? Piccolo said solemnly. It doesn't matter, I know what's going on. Since I promised to protect them, I won't just stand by and watch, Son Gohan replied calmly. That's good, Piccolo breathed a sigh of relief. However, this time, it is also a rare opportunity to create a crisis for Namek. There is something special about the existence. You two have a rival this time. Frieza, something ho-ho-ho. Great, I haven't fought with all my strength in a long time. Gohan, don't attack me this time. Hearing this, Son Wukong's fighting spirit erupted, and his eyes were full of fighting spirit. I want to go too, Piccolo said firmly. Well, I don't have any plans to take action. If you can solve it, it will save me the trouble. Son Gohan did not refuse their request. What about him? Son Wukong looked at Raditz. Leave it to me, Son Gohan stepped forward. Based on blood relationship, I should call you uncle, but Saiyans are famous for their cold nature. I'll give you two things. First, from now on, you must obey my orders. I will make you stronger than Vegeta. Second, I will send you to see Grandpa. When he said the last sentence, Son Gohan instantly transformed into a Super Saiyan. The earth-shaking pressure erupted instantly. Could this be the legendary Super Saiyan? Raditz couldn't believe his eyes. You guessed it right, this form is the Super Saiyan. Tell me your choice, surrender or go see Grandpa. After Son Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan, his expression became even more ruthless. A trace of murderous intent emanated from him, as if Raditz dared to utter a word of no, he would be sent to see Bardock. I surrender. From now on, if you tell me to go east, I will never go west. Raditz instantly agreed to surrender to Son Gohan. There is nothing shameful in working for a strong person, let alone a legendary Super Saiyan. Very good, don't worry, as long as you listen to me, you will also be able to transform into a Super Saiyan one day. Son Gohan returned to normal. The tactic of giving a slap in the face, and then giving a sweet date works everywhere. Yes, Master. Raditz was overjoyed and called him Master directly. Don't call me Master, just call me Son Gohan, you are older than me anyway. Son Gohan said with a frown. This is not good, Raditz asked cautiously. Son Gohan looked at him threateningly. Yes, Gohan. Raditz was so scared that he quickly changed his words. As an outstanding young person in China, I still have awe for traditional culture. If I call you Master, won't that cause chaos? HMPH, Son Wukong snorted coldly, still very unhappy about Yamcha's death. Dad, don't be angry, we can just revive him later. Son Gohan had no choice but to comfort him and then said, besides, he can also be your sparring partner. We are both Saiyans, and we can make progress together after training. Okay then. When Son Wukong heard the word sparring partner, he immediately forgot about Yamcha, and his expression relaxed. Raditz, come with us. Son Gohan flew to Kame Island first. Yes, Raditz followed closely behind. As for that pile of minced meat, it was just a pile of minced meat. Only Bulma showed a trace of reluctance in her eyes, but it disappeared immediately. After all, Yamcha's actions just now directly shattered Bulma's last hope. It seems like everyone has ignored him. Chapter 29, Raditz and -039's battle power increases explosively. Kame Island. Except for Son Gohan and Piccolo, everyone else still looked at Raditz with a hint of disgust. But Raditz didn't care about their opinions at all. In his eyes, except for his brother Kakarot, Son Gohan, and that Namekian, everyone else was just ants. As a human being, do you care what ants think of you? Just now, Son Gohan came back and told them that Vegeta, Nappa, and Piccolo were aliens. and Frieza was also among them. Oh my god, Goku, I didn't expect that after knowing you for so long, you are actually an alien, Krillin said in surprise. No wonder you have a tail. When the moon is full, you can transform into a brutal ape. Master Roshi finally knew the reason. Even though there are all kinds of cat-headed people, monster-headed people, and dog-headed people on the earth, none of them can transform into a gorilla like Sun Wukong. It turns out that they are not products of the same planet at all. Advanced warriors, after transforming into gorillas, they can control their consciousness. Raditz suddenly interrupted. Gohan is what he said true. Son Goku suddenly had tears in his eyes. In fact, he already knew that it was himself who transformed into a gorilla and crushed Grandpa Son Gohan to death. Dad, you don't have to blame yourself. Your bloodline is only inferior among the Saiyans. It's not your fault that you can't control your consciousness. I will find a way to perfectly deal with this problem in the future. Son Gohan could only comfort his old father. It's all my fault. If I could control my consciousness, I wouldn't have stepped on my grandfather to death. Son Wukong thought of old Son Gohan, his eyes filled with extreme sadness. Goku, don't be too sad. That guy didn't have much time left before that. He died of old age. Master Roshi couldn't bear to see his old disciple sad, so he also opened his mouth to comfort him. I know, Master came. I just missed my grandpa for a moment. Seeing his good friend sad, Klin rolled his eyes and started to change the subject. Goku, I also want to go to Namek with you and solve the crisis on Namek. HMPH, a little Karami like you will be useless. Before Son Wukong could speak, Piccolo spoke first. Krillin was both angry and helpless. He was helpless because of his low strength and could not beat Piccolo. Okay, Piccolo, they are my friends, don't insult them, Son Wukong said dissatisfiedly. When Son Gohan heard Krillin's self-recommendation, a gleam of light flashed in his eyes. Go, Uncle Krillin must go. This is a rare opportunity to see the world. Son Gohan immediately agreed to Krillin's request. Before this, Son Wukong had tried to break through to Super Saiyan, but his combat power did not exceed 300 million points, and he really could not muster up that kind of extreme anger, so he did not succeed. Even Yamcha's death did not stimulate him to transform. Although this was also due to lack of combat power, Gohan did not see the same anger from Goku as after Krillin's death. Maybe in Son Wukong's subconscious mind, Yamcha is not as important as Krillin. There is a proverb in Dragon Ball. Krillin offers sacrifices to the heavens, and his magic power is boundless. Since Krillin has recommended himself, Son Gohan will definitely not miss this opportunity. Then I want to go too. Tien Shinhan suddenly stood up. I'll go to Tianjin too. You don't have to go, I'll take you to another planet. Tien Shinhan suddenly stood up, reminding Son Gohan of the three-eyed star. That's right, Tien Shinhan, let me tell you some time ago, Gohan. Son Goku automatically told Tien Shinhan about what happened to Gohan on the three-eyed planet. The sadness just now also disappeared suddenly. Everyone listened carefully to what Wukong said. 10 minutes later. So I'm the only one from Earth, and you are all aliens. Klin was dumbfounded. You may not be from Earth. Don't forget, you have no nose and no sense of smell. Maybe there is a noseless planet in the universe. Son Gohan joked. That's what I told you. Where on earth did you perverts come from? Bulma agreed with what Son Gohan said. After a short gathering, everyone separated again. Among them, Son Gohan contacted King Kai of the North and learned from him. Vegeta and Nappa still have 4 months to reach Earth, but Frieza's army is far away from Namek, so it will take a year. After learning about this, Son Gohan decided to deal with Vegeta and Nappa in 4 months. Then he would go to Namek and ask the Great Elder to develop the potential of Son Goku, Krillin, and Raditz, waiting for Frieza to arrive. Before that, Son Gohan first took Raditz back to Baozi Mountain. Raditz, just train with my dad. Although you have a lot of combat experience, your control over your own aura and systematic training are simply rubbish. Son Gohan said with disdain. Yes, Gohan, I understand. Kakarot, thank you for your help. Raditz stepped forward. Humph, come with me. I'll teach you how to control your chi first. I don't know how you can conquer the universe when you're so weak. Son Wukong looked down on him. Raditz was so angry that his veins popped out and his face was hideous. But he returned to normal in an instant. "You're right. What can I do? Just let it sit. Not convinced. I have to." Raditz followed Son Goku into the gravity room, and Son Gohan also walked into his own gravity room. 4 months of brutal training has begun. "Ah, Kakarot, you are taking revenge. It hurts." "Don't hit there. That's also the Saiyan's weak spot, bastard." "Brother, I'm helping you overcome your shortcomings, hee. Son Wukong laughed an unprecedented evil laugh. "Damn it, Kakarot," Raditz screamed in pain. The inhumane training, coupled with the Senzu Bean gravity chamber, increased Raditz's combat power exponentially. From around 1,000 points, it directly broke through the limit of 100,000 points. I have to say, controlling energy, near-death, rebirth, Senzu Beans, gravity room, all the auxiliary conditions are met. All that's left is to not be afraid of pain. And it only took 2 months. After breaking through 100,000 points, Raditz reached a bottleneck. And the mistress of this house is back too. "What, your brother? Why have I never heard that you have a brother?" Kiki was shocked. At the same time, he frowned and looked at Raditz. With his long hair dragging down to his buttocks and a face full of hostility, he didn't look like a good person. But out of courtesy, Kiki still said politely, "Hello, big brother." Ah, no. Raditz was so scared that his face turned pale. He did not suffer any beating from Son Wukong during this period. "I'm telling you straight up, don't lead Gohan astray," Kai said sternly. "I led him astray." Raditz couldn't believe his ears and looked at Son Gohan. You have an objection." Son Gohan looked at Raditz threateningly. No, Raditz waved his hands. Chapter 30, Two Little Demons, Bowsy Mountain. After 2 months of training, Raditz's combat effectiveness has reached a bottleneck. Son Wukong also gradually lost his hatred for Raditz during his daily practice of beating him up. The so-called blood relationship, no matter how angry he is, Raditz is still his brother, let alone a whitewashed Raditz. As we all know, Son Goku's unique superpower is to influence the people he interacts with to cleanse themselves. From the beginning, Piccolo became the big nanny of the Son family, and Vegeta, who has a strong self-esteem, the new version of Broly. Son Gohan also admires this very much. Although Raditz had some resentment, with the improvement of his combat power and Goku's unreserved teaching, those resentments were nothing. "You are all pigs. It's normal for Gohan to eat so much to grow. Goku, you are an adult now. Did you poop out everything you eat? You don't get fatter or taller, but your appetite is getting bigger day by day. If you have another big brother, I will be exhausted every day." Kai cursed as she did it. The food she served was sold out in an instant. "No matter how much you do, it's never enough." "Mom, I have an idea. I saw that Aunt Bulma's cooking robot is pretty good. Why don't I buy one?" Son Gohan asked tentatively. He knows Kiki's character very well. Although she is poor, she is very strong-willed and will not take advantage of others. "Wow, do you know how expensive an intelligent robot is? And you bought one?" Kiki was dumbfounded. "I don't know how much it is, but the alien metal I found for Aunt Bulma last time is worth at least tens of billions." Son Gohan muttered. "What? Hundreds of billions?" Kiki was so shocked that she even spoke in her native language. "Why don't you buy a robot quickly?" "No, buy 2, one to cook and one to wash dishes." Kai immediately urged Son Gohan to buy. "Wait till I finish my meal." "Eat whatever you want, go now." Under the coercion of Kai, Son Gohan got up from the dinner table and teleported directly to Bulma Manor. "What are you two looking at, you good-for-nothings? If I were half as smart as Gohan, I wouldn't be so tired." Kai scolded angrily. Son Wukong and Raditz looked at each other, not daring to say anything. Kiki felt inexplicably happy when she thought that she wouldn't have to work so hard to cook in the future. The pot in my hand was turned off and left alone. "Hey, Kakarot, why do I feel like my sister-in-law is more powerful than you?" Raditz asked cautiously in a low voice. "SHH, don't talk nonsense." In Kai's eyes, Gohan is the only one in this family who can be a little more indulgent. Son Goku quickly covered Raditz's mouth. Woo, Raditz seemed to be still saying something. Kiki also heard the unusual behavior of the two. "Bass, A gaze as sharp as a sword came towards him. The two of them were so scared that they quickly sat down. Bulma Manor. I've been so tired these past 2 days. It's so refreshing to take a bath. I want to have a good sleep, Bulma said to herself as she wrapped herself in a bath towel. The hot steam rising from the dishwashing room also made her feel a little sleepy, and her eyes narrowed slightly. After simply wiping her hair, she opened the bathroom door and walked out. I'm so sleepy. Bulma stretched as soon as she went out, so she didn't see Son Gohan in front of her. What did I see? The water is clear, and the lotus is naturally beautiful. Even a bulky bath towel can't cover her hot curves. The slightly exposed shoulders make people feel even more dazed. The 10,000 mountains are directly strengthened. The water drops from the hair are like mountain streams, disappearing without a trace. Gulp, Son Gohan couldn't help but swallow his saliva. It was this swallowing sound. Ah, the piercing scream immediately made Son Gohan's head explode. Because of the fright, the human body contracts autonomously, and the already wide bath towel slides down instantly without any hindrance. After all, the skin is as smooth as milk and extremely smooth. Turn your head away, Bulma shouted loudly and quickly picked up the bath towel to cover her body. But in a hurry, I could cover the top but not the bottom. I could cover the bottom but not the top. Son Gohan was also frightened and quickly turned his head away. Snapped. Bulma had no choice but to walk into the bathroom again, slam the door shut, and change into a bathrobe that covered her entire body. Calm down, he's just a kid, so what if he saw it? It's okay. Bulma patted her proud chest to comfort herself. 3 minutes later. Son Gohan, what do you want to do? As soon as Bulma came out, she couldn't help but yell at Son Gohan. Think. Okay. No, I have something to talk to you about, Ms. Bulma, but this seems like the wrong timing. Son Gohan quickly explained. Asshole, get out of here right now. Wait outside. Bulma's face was filled with shame and anger. Son Gohan moved at high speed and flashed out. Calm down. She is my father's friend and she is my aunt. Don't let your mind wander. Son Gohan suppressed his emotions. But once the evil thoughts come into being, they cannot be dispelled. The more he thought about it, the more he remembered the several terabytes of online storage he had in his previous life. China, Europe, no Asia, China, chaos. The devil in my heart said, why think so much? We are not related by blood. No, this involves chaos. We're not related by blood, but I can still call you auntie. It's a bit exciting. Random thoughts. Inside the house. What did he mean just now? What does he mean by want? There's something wrong. Bulma is also a fujoshi, otherwise she wouldn't have gone out to look for Dragon Ball at such a young age, wanting a boyfriend. You little brat, you're only 4 years old, but you're already 5 meters tall. In 2 years, you'll grow to 1.8 meters. Bulma's eyes sparkled, and she imagined countless scenes in her mind. Ba, what am I thinking? He is Goku's son. Bulma was instantly ashamed of her thoughts. A little devil also emerged in her heart. Humph, son Wukong was taken by Kiki first. If we can't capture son Wukong, can we capture his son? The more Bulma thought about it, the redder her face became, and her legs became weak when she stood up. Originally, both of them were calm, but who would have thought that they became even more upset? A full hour passed. Brat, come in, Bulma said to Son Gohan outside the house. Oh, Son Gohan walked in trembling, but his eyes were tightly closed. He was afraid of seeing something he shouldn't see. Open your eyes, you've seen everything anyway. You and Son Goku are both bastards. I've fallen into your hands in my life, Bulma muttered in dissatisfaction. Oh, Son Gohan slowly opened his eyes. At this time, Bulma has changed her clothes and turned into a young and beautiful girl again. Then Son Gohan thought to himself, my father slept with your head on his head before, and I just took a look. What are you talking about? Listen, is this what a person should say? So Bulma is contributing to your son family. Chapter 31, Abnormal Trainee. Bulma Manor. Tell me, what do you want from me? Bulma looked at Son Gohan unhappily. Ms. Bulma, I want 2 cooking robots. Son Gohan also wanted to finish the job quickly and leave. After all, the awkward atmosphere is still spreading. I have become the cash machine of your Sun family. You ask me for whatever you need. And there is no time limit. Bulma was furious. I'll buy it. Bah, if I don't sell it, what do I need from you? Once you get angry, it's not easy to calm down. Then how can you give it to me? Beautiful and kind Ms. Bulma. Son Gohan had no choice but to pretend to be wronged and act cute and pitiful to please. Please stop being so shameless and cute. Don't think I don't know that you may be young, but you are more mature than your naive father, you old pervert. Bulma obviously didn't buy his tricks. You are wrong to say that. I solemnly declare that I am not old at all, Son Gohan said seriously. Good job, Son Gohan. You also agree with the word sexist. Bulma was also made to laugh by Son Gohan. Smile, smile. Smiling means you are not angry anymore, beautiful and kind Bulma. Tell me, what do you want me to do? Son Gohan seized the opportunity and directly grabbed Bulma's smooth little hand and shook it, asking, Let me go, you little pervert. I am a human being. Go to the company and find Secretary Kai. Bulma pretended to be disgusted. Okay, bye. Son Gohan left immediately. Hey, Secretary Kai, there's a little bastard named Son Gohan coming to the company to see you. Go to the door to greet him and give him whatever he wants. Bulma picked up her phone and notified Secretary Wang. Yes, Chairman, I'll go right away. Secretary Kai from the company headquarters put down the phone and ran to the company gate. Bulma smiled and said to herself, You little brat, if your dad had half your emotional intelligence, how could I be single until now? At the gate of Capsule Corporation headquarters. Uncle, please let me in. I told you, it was Bulma who asked me to come here to see Secretary Kai. No, whose little kid is this? Get out of here. The security guard refused to let Son Gohan in no matter how he acted cute. As for why Son Gohan didn't teleport in directly, it was because the company was too big. Even if he went in rashly, he might not be able to find Secretary Kai. So he went to the gate and tried to ask the security guard to notify Secretary Kai. Huff, huff, how dare you, Huff? You must be the Son Gohan that Director Bulma was talking about, right? Sorry, the office is too far from the door. Son Gohan and the security guard were in a stalemate for half an hour before Secretary Kai came running over. You can imagine how big the Capsule Corporation's headquarters is. Are you Secretary Kai? Were you a trainee before? Can you play basketball? Son Gohan asked in surprise, looking at the pretty boy in front of him. The pretty boy in front of him looked so much like the person he knew in his previous life. Could it be Bulma's gigolo? Huh, you know me, Secretary Kai asked in surprise. Before he came to Capsule Corporation, he was indeed a trainee. It wasn't until Bulma saw the potential in him that she recruited him into the company. He thought he would be able to rise to the top from now on. After all, he had a bad stomach and couldn't eat hard food. I didn't expect that since he joined the company, he had hardly seen Bulma, and she had to contact him through her cell phone when she had something to do. He saw Son Gohan in front of him and thought of Bulma's instructions. Could it be that Director Bulma likes this tune? The word young child came to his mind. I don't know him. By the way, Aunt Bulma asked me to come to you. I want 2 cooking robots, Son Gohan said. Okay, come with me. Secretary Kai became more certain when she heard the word auntie. By the way, what should I call you? Secretary Kai asked. Since he can't climb into Bulma's bed, he doesn't mind climbing into Son Gohan's bed. The opposite S*X is just a need. The same S*X is true love. Countless conspiracies and schemes emerged in my mind. There was something wrong with the look he gave Son Gohan. Son Gohan saw his eyes and felt an inexplicable chill. My nickname is Zio Heizi. You can also call me Zio Pengzi. It's all the same, it's all the same. Son Gohan quickly kept 3 feet away from him, because Secretary Kai stretched out his evil hand and tried to pull his little hand. Follow Kai to get the intelligent robot capsule, and quickly move away at high speed. Little guy, how can you run so fast? Secretary Kai looked at Son Gohan, who disappeared in an instant and bit her lip subconsciously. That scene was quite charming. The word charming is not an exaggeration when applied to him. Bowsy Mountain. Oh, so disgusting, I am so sick. Wow, I vomited out the food I just ate. What's wrong, Gohan? Are you sick? Kai asked worriedly. No, Mom, I was just disgusted by a duck. Huh, don't you like eating duck heads, duck necks, duck intestines, duck gizzards, and duck feet the most? Why are you disgusted by ducks? Kai looked at son Gohan in confusion. Mom, this duck is not that duck. I won't say any more. I bought the robot. You can use it to cook at night. You don't have to be tired. Go out for a walk and go shopping when you have time. Your son has money now, so you don't need to spend it. Son Gohan said. HMPH. Brat, do you think I'm nagging you? You're 4 years old this year, and it's time for you to go to school. Kai looked at son Gohan threateningly. No, Mom, I'm telling you to have a good rest and enjoy life. Let's talk about going to school later. After all, elementary school knowledge is too simple. If I go there, it will be a dimensionality reduction attack. Son Gohan refuses to go to elementary school. Not for anything else, just because he looked down on the girl in elementary school. No matter what, you have to go to college and become an adult. HMPH. Even if you don't go to elementary school, you must go to middle school. Kai naturally knew how smart Gohan was. Yes, I'll listen to you. We'll talk about it when the time comes, son Gohan said politely. After Son, Goku, and Raditz had eaten their fill, they came to the gravity room again. Although the combat effectiveness of both of them has temporarily reached a bottleneck, their natural fighting instinct still makes them both enjoy the thrill of battle. Squeak! Gohan, you're back. Goku stopped. Well, Dad, I think my uncle's fighting ability has been improving slowly recently. Why don't you teach him the King Fist as well? Son Gohan suggested. Kaioken, he has become quite skilled in controlling his aura recently, although he is still a little behind you and me. But he should be able to use Kaioken 3 times stronger. After thinking for a moment, Son Wukong agreed with what Son Wuhan said. Kakarot, what is the Kaioken? Raditz didn't understand what the two were talking about. Come with me. Learning the Kaioken requires a comfortable and natural environment. The gravity room is not suitable. Son Wukong walked out of the house first. Raditz followed too. Son Gohan threw down the ring on his hand and popped out his special gravity chamber. In these 2 months, who has improved the most is Son Gohan. The normal combat power of 500 million points has been increased to million points. This gravity room can be called a potential development room. 10 million points is another limit. After Son Gohan walked in, he didn't do those repetitive movements to exercise. Instead, he increased the multiplier to the limit he could bear, then sat cross-legged and directly transformed into a Super Saiyan. The golden aura slowly surrounds. But the difference is that Son Gohan's current Super Saiyan form is not as violent, and his aura is uncontrollable as it was at the beginning. It is very natural and peaceful. It doesn't look cold and cruel at all like the legend says. That's right, during this time, he has passed the Super Saiyan muscle form and started to transform towards the full power Super Saiyan. The muscle morphology was achieved a month ago. As he understood, although the strength was enhanced, the speed decreased a lot, and the combat effectiveness increased by about 65 times. Now developing towards full power form, the combat power increase has reached an astonishing 70 times. 10 million combat power points. A 70-fold increase. This directly raised his combat power to an astonishing 7 million points. That's already 5.8 Friezas. Frieza, you're using me as a combat unit again. Son Gohan guessed that the maximum power of a Super Saiyan in full power mode could reach 80 times. Then it's time to break through to Super Saiyan 2. In the initial form of Super Saiyan 100, the combat power increases by times. Chapter 32, Cultivating the Body and Mind, Baozi Mountain. Kaio Fist. A loud shout came from the valley, and when I looked closely, I saw Raditz trying to use the Kaioken. The white aura surrounding him gradually turned red, and his long hair also swayed with the air waves. Boom! The muscles suddenly swelled up, and the whole person looked stronger. Yes, that's it. Stay steady, control your breath, let the chi ignite the cells and divide quickly. Son Wukong instructed from the side. Huh? Boom! The ground was shaken up by his air waves, and billowing smoke and dust were formed. as if a stone was suddenly thrown into a calm lake. Success. If there was a detector, one would be able to see that Raditz's combat power had now reached 180,000 points. It's the first time using it, and I'm not familiar with it yet, so it's normal to lack combat effectiveness. Once you have mastered it, you should be able to reach 200,000 points. What a powerful skill, Kakarot. Raditz was overjoyed. How do you feel? How long can you last? Son Wukong asked excitedly. If you fight with all your strength, you can maintain this state until your physical strength is exhausted. But if you double it, I don't think you can last long, Raditz replied. It seems that you need to practice your chi. This is only twice. Son Wukong said, a little dissatisfied. Kakarot, how many times can you control now? Raditz was a little surprised. Son Wukong slowly stretched out his hand and suddenly clenched his fist. 10 times, fight with all your strength, and hold on until your strength is exhausted. What, 10 times? Impossible. Raditz couldn't believe his ears. This is because you haven't cultivated your chi to the point where you can use it freely. In this regard, your talent is simply too poor. Son Wukong frowned and said, Dad, it's not his fault. A voice came from behind him, and the two looked towards the voice. It was Son Gohan walking slowly towards them. Gohan, what do you mean by that? Son Wukong looked at him puzzledly and asked. Dad, he is different from you. You have lived on Earth since you were a child. The natural environment on Earth is relatively peaceful. In addition, your brain was damaged when you fell when you were a child, so you don't have the innate violence of the Saiyans. In addition, you have the correct guidance of Grandpa Roshi, the gods, and Popo, so you have avoided many detours compared to us. But my uncle has been following Vegeta in the universe since he was a child, and he has always been on the road of killing. The murderous aura, evil spirit, and the resentment of the people they killed have all contributed to his innate violent aura. It is easy to control the use of chi. After all, they are a fighting nation. But if you want to use it freely and reach your level, I am afraid you still need to practice for a long time. Son Gohan explained why Raditz had difficulty using chi freely. After hearing this, Raditz couldn't help but nodded, obviously agreeing with what Son Gohan said. That's right. The kind of energy you're talking about will work in conjunction with one's own consciousness. It's simply as difficult as ascending to heaven, Raditz said aggrievedly. Is it difficult? Not difficult. Son Wukong obviously didn't believe it. Are you kidding? I practiced according to your method, but that energy was just like rebelling. It didn't obey my command at all. If I hadn't suppressed it with murderous energy, it wouldn't have cooperated with me at all. Raditz became even more dissatisfied. Dad, Uncle, each of you release your original energy and condense it into your palms. Son Gohan commanded the two. A golden, pure aura rose in Son Wukong's hands. In Raditz's hand was a pale white aura. Dad, Uncle, look carefully and feel with your heart. What is the difference between your two auras? After hearing this, Son Wukong closed his eyes and tried to feel the breath in Raditz's hand. Raditz also went to feel the breath of Son Goku. The difference is that Son Wukong's brows were furrowed, while the hostility on Raditz's face slowly dissipated. Peace, tranquility, and pure fighting spirit, Raditz. Resentment, murderous intent, and violence, Son Wukong. They both spoke at the same time, then they opened their eyes. I see, Gohan, you are right, Son Wukong exclaimed. Gohan, is there any way to solve this? Raditz said with some concern. 2 ways, Son Gohan pointed his finger. First, give up killing and practice peacefully on Earth for 10 years. Use the peaceful and tranquil atmosphere of Earth to erase the resentment and hostility in your body. This method, it's a bit unrealistic. Although Son Wukong is naive, he also knows that this method is not very suitable for Saiyans. As a fighting nation, asking them to give up killing and fighting is obviously a fantasy. Second, kill. Killing one person is a crime. Killing 10,000 people makes you a hero, and killing 1 million people makes you the best of heroes. Use your original murderous spirit to the extreme, and use the powerful murderous intent to suppress the disobedient breath in your body. A chilling murderous intent was revealed on Son Gohan's young face, and what he said was even more terrifying. Gohan, your method is too cruel. If you're not careful, you will become a demon. No, you can't do that. Son Goku directly rejected Son Gohan's second method. Gohan, although I don't mind killing people, Raditz was obviously shocked by his words. You two are overthinking. What you usually do is to obey Frieza and kill people. There is no difference between good and evil to you. But the killing I'm talking about is killing the most evil people. Killing one person to save 10,000 people, should you kill or not? Saving one person and harming 10,000 people, should you save or not? Killing is not necessarily evil if you have justice in your heart, and saving is not necessarily good if you have evil in your heart. This is the law of cause and effect. Good deeds will bring good results, and evil deeds will bring evil results. You work for Frieza, causing many races to lose their homes and become displaced. Not to mention the resentment of the dead, even the living hate you. Don't think it doesn't matter. It is these resentments that will affect you in the dark. But if you help these people, protect them, and kill the most evil people who destroy their homes and planets, they will thank you sincerely. And the kindness and gratitude they release will also offset the resentment in your breath. What Son Gohan said is absolutely right. Although this world seems to be a world where the strong prey on the weak, the universe actually has its own laws. Although what he said cannot be seen or touched, it does exist. Just like the god of destruction, on the surface, his duty is to destroy planets without distinguishing between good and evil and doing whatever he wants. But its deep meaning is to maintain the normal development of the universe and let it move in a good direction. It can be seen from the connection between its life and the king of the worlds. As for some gods who destroyed normally developing planets after getting angry because they did not eat well or sleep enough, these were just individual cases. After all, there were so many planets that destroying a few of them was no big deal. Back to the topic. Gohan, I kind of understand what you mean. Son Goku killed a lot of people in his career, but those people he killed, just as Son Gohan said, were killed to save others. So there is no burden in my heart. Even now, my breath is unusually peaceful, without a trace of resentment or evil spirit. Cultivating the body is cultivating the mind. Gohan, I agree with the method, but how do we achieve it? Raditz understood a little after listening to Son Gohan's explanation. We need to work on this matter slowly. The time is not right yet. Son Gohan already has an idea in his mind. Chapter 33, the 1,000 years old too, Baozi Mountain. Time flies, and in a blink of an eye, 4 months have passed. Dad, let's go. I can already sense that evil energy. Son Gohan looked up at the 2 spaceships outside the atmosphere. Well, let's go. Son Wukong took off first, and with a bang, he shot towards the place where the spacecraft was about to land. Came house. Teacher, I'm leaving. Krillin said goodbye to Master Roshi. Be careful, there are tall people to hold up the sky if it collapses. Don't try to be brave. Turtle Hermit warned. In his heart, Krillin is as important as Son Wukong. Yes, Sensei, I sense Goku has also taken action. Let's go, bye. Goku did not hide his aura. Krillin, Tine Shinhan, and even Piccolo, as if they had a guiding light, flew towards Goku. Master Roshi looked at Krillin seriously as he left. A gleam of light flashed across his dark sunglasses until Krillin disappeared. Finally left, brat. You kept me here for so long that I didn't get to practice yoga. Teacher Mikami, here I come, Bobo. Suddenly, Master Kame's face changed, revealing a filthy expression, and he ran back to the house and took out the collector's edition yoga course disc. Come on, follow me, lift your legs, pull them up. An alluring voice came from the TV. Master Kame took off his sunglasses, and an inexplicable heat flowed out of his nose. Yes, it's that old pervert again. The turtle outside the house nodded as if to confirm. On a small island 3,000 kilometers, southwest of Baozi Mountain. Hi, Goku, you're here so early. Krillin looked at Goku standing on the hill, walked over and greeted him. Well, Krillin, you didn't have to come. Don't worry, I know I'm not strong enough, I just came to take a look. Krillin understood that Goku was doing this for his own good. Whoosh! Piccolo, Tine Shinhan, and Dumplings are all here. Humph, a bunch of weaklings, are you here to die? Piccolo taunted. Tine Shinhan kept silent and ignored Piccolo's ridicule. Krillin tried to smooth things over. Picker, don't say that, we are all friends. Get lost, who is your friend? I know. Krillin didn't care. He is a little boy with a smart mind. In fact, he had already noticed it in the first 4 months on Kame Island. Piccolo no longer had the murderous intent towards them as before. Hey, Son Goku, why didn't Son Gohan come? Piccolo saw that Son Gohan didn't come and asked Son Goku. Huh, he's not here. Didn't he say he was leaving first? Son Goku finally realized that Son Gohan didn't come with him. Bick is speechless. Bowsy Mountain. What's wrong? Son Gohan was about to leave, but Raditz quietly stopped him with an indescribable look on his face. Gohan, if possible, can you please not kill Prince Vegeta and Nappa? Raditz hesitated for a moment and then pleaded for Vegeta. Uncle, as far as I know, they have always looked down on you. They treat you as a servant. Why are you still begging for them? Son Gohan looked at Raditz in surprise, not understanding why he was begging for Vegeta and the others. Gohan, I have been following Prince Vegeta since I came out of the incubator. Although he has a bad temper and a strong sense of self-esteem, and treats me like a servant, it is thanks to him that he has been able to deal with Frieza's army over the years that Nappa and I have been able to survive. So, I want to ask you to spare his life. Raditz's tone changed from timid to increasingly firm. Haha, Uncle, you look much better now, Son Gohan said with a faint smile. So you agreed to me. Raditz was overjoyed. Don't worry, I won't kill him unless it's absolutely necessary. After all, there are not many Saiyans in this universe. Thank you, Gohan. Okay, let's go. It's almost time for them to land. The two took off into the air and flew towards their target location at high speed. Up in the air. Raditz looked at Son Gohan with a rather strange look in his eyes. Gohan, why do you want to fly while standing? He didn't understand. Since flying while lying down could reduce wind resistance, why did Son Gohan want to fly while standing? Was it a special training method? Flying on your stomach is not comfortable, but I like it this way. What? Do you have any objections? Son Gohan's mouth twitched, and a trace of anger arose in his heart. It seems that people in this world have a strange opinion about flying while standing. No, do whatever you want. Raditz quickly lowered his head and accelerated with all his strength. HMPH, Son Gohan was so angry that he didn't want to fly anymore. He put his finger between his eyebrows and teleported to the scene. Here we go, Gohan. Goku. Dad, haven't landed yet. Soon. Son Wukong looked up at the sky and vaguely seemed to see a small black dot. Gohan, where's your uncle? Krillin asked. It's behind, we'll be there soon. Gohan pointed in the direction of Raditz. The two chatted without saying a word. 10 minutes later. Here it comes, Piccolo shouted. Everyone looked up. 2 spaceships were falling rapidly towards a city 30 kilometers away from them. Boom, bang. Diddy. 2 huge pits were instantly created in the center of the city. Roads collapsed, cars exploded, and the whole city was in chaos. But driven by curiosity, some people on Earth still walked towards the location of the 2 spaceships. In the pit. Squeak. The hatch opened, and 2 figures, one tall and one short, one fat and one thin, slowly rose into the air and flew out of the pit. Alien. That big guy looks so strong. Hello, kunai jai wat hello. The brave ones even approached and started a conversation. Nappa, it's too noisy. Vegeta frowned. Understood, Vegeta. Hehe. Nappa raised his right hand slightly and stretched out 2 fingers. I'll give you a big gift. He pointed his 2 fingers upwards, and a burst of energy burst out from his body. The whole city suddenly exploded, producing a huge ball of light, and everything vaporized in an instant, turning into nothingness and dissipating. Quiet, Nappa brushed off the dust on his body. Son Wukong here. Asshole, how abominable. Son Wukong was furious. Because he was afraid of hurting the people on Earth, he found a deserted place and waited for them to land, while exposing his breath to guide them. But he didn't expect Nappa to be so cruel and destroy a city in an instant. Son Gohan also frowned. Bald guy, if I didn't want to see what you look like as a Super Saiyan, I would never have spared your life. After saying that, he also started to fly towards Vegeta's direction. The rest of the people also flew over. Raditz in the distance also sensed Nappa's presence. Even if he didn't sense it, he could still see the huge mushroom cloud. Idiot, I just pleaded for you and you found a way to die. Raditz was also very angry. Just change direction and fly towards Nappa. Vegeta here. Ding ding ding. The detector suddenly sounded an alarm. 1 way, 2 ways, 3 ways. A total of 7 fighting forces were flying towards them. Impossible, how could there be such a powerful person? Nappa naturally detected it. At the same time, he also detected that among the 7 combat powers, 2 of them completely surpassed him. One is 8,000 points, the other is 10,000 points. These 2 auras are exactly that of Sun Wukong and Raditz. Sun Wukong revealed his aura because of his rage, but Raditz has not yet been able to control it freely. Nappa, things are not normal. We must not be careless. Leave those 2 to me and the rest to you. Is that okay? Vegeta also became excited. He didn't expect that such combat power existed on Earth. No problem, Vegeta. After hearing Vegeta's words, Nappa instantly relaxed. Little did they know, among the remaining 5 fighting forces, there was a Super Saiyan. Poor Nappa. Chapter 30, 4 Raditz and -039's debut. After the rolling dust dissipated, the once bustling city had turned into a scorched earth. Sun Wukong and others arrived at the scene in less than a minute. You are so hateful, bastards. The angry Wukong's breath became more and more violent. The restrained energy slowly rises under the anger. 8,500, beep, sizzle. The detectors on Vegeta and Nappa's cochlea exploded at the same time. Impossible, you are the lowest level warrior. It is impossible for you to have such strong combat power. Impossible, Vegeta couldn't believe what he saw. At the moment the detector exploded, if he was not mistaken, the value had reached point. Sun Wukong's combat power value directly shattered his proud self-esteem. Looking at Nappa, he was in even worse condition. He kept taking steps backwards, fearing that Sun Wukong would suddenly attack and kill him. You all deserve to die. Sun Wukong walked towards Nappa step by step. Piccolo, Son Gohan, and others also watched quietly. Krillin, Tine Shinhan showed a hint of nervousness on his face. Because they could clearly sense that Nappa and Vegeta's energy far exceeded theirs. They were not on the same level at all. Swishy. Raditz also arrived in time. Kakarot, spare their lives if you can, Raditz shouted. Raditz, you're not dead. Vegeta's nervousness instantly turned into astonishment. Brother, I'll give you a favor. If they don't do evil again in the future, I can spare their lives, but they must pay the price for their actions just now. Although Sun Wukong was extremely angry, he did not have the intention to kill. How arrogant! Kakarot, you are just a low-level warrior and you dare to challenge this prince. Nappa, come on, Vegeta was furious. Prince Vegeta, this. Nappa hesitated and didn't dare to step forward. You jerk, go kill that Raditz guy. Anyone who betrays me must die. Kakarot, I'll do it myself. In his heart, although Kakarot's combat power is several thousand points stronger than his, he is not afraid at all. He was even a little excited. After all, being able to duel with a strong man also ignited the fighting spirit that had been dormant in his heart for a long time. Okay, Vegeta, leave Raditz to me. Nappa breathed a sigh of relief when he heard Vegeta's order, and then rushed towards Raditz at high speed. Gohan, look. Raditz looked nervously at Son Gohan beside him. Well, go ahead, but stay away. Your clothes will get dirty and you'll have to wash them, Son Gohan said calmly. Understood, Raditz exploded. Facing the rushing Nappa, he just punched him and sent him hundreds of meters away. Then he moved at high speed and came to Nappa. Spit, Raditz, you are courting death. You dare to resist me. Don't forget, you are a low-level fighter, and I am an excellent mid-level fighter. Nappa spat out the blood in his mouth and looked at Raditz with a ferocious face. Nappa, although these 4 months are short, I feel that they are longer than my entire life. Listen to me and surrender. You and Prince Vegeta are far from being Kakarot's opponents. Even I can easily defeat both of you now. You know that our Saiyan's enemy is Frieza. You know even better that planet Vegeta was destroyed by Frieza himself. Give up. After 4 months of systematic training, Raditz's combat effectiveness has undergone earth-shaking changes. Raditz, you are too arrogant. You have only been on Earth for 4 months, yet you dare to feel dissatisfied with King Frieza? Nappa is simple-minded but strong-limbed. Until now, he is still somewhat loyal to Frieza. Nappa, come over here. Raditz was too lazy to talk nonsense and decided to use his strength to make Nappa completely discouraged. Nappa was furious. His muscles swelled, and white aura emanated from his whole body. The huge fist smashed hard towards Raditz's face. Raditz didn't dodge or evade, and took the blow head-on. Yes, head-on, that is. He took Nappa's iron fist with his face. Nappa, don't you understand? Raditz said slowly. Impossible, impossible. Bang, bang, bang. Nappa used his hands and feet to attack Raditz continuously. Sweeping kicks, elbow strikes, spinning punches, whip kicks, knee strikes. In just a few seconds, he launched hundreds of attacks, each of which left afterimages and stirred up billowing smoke and dust that covered the two figures. Bang, boom, clang. There were bursts of beating sounds in the smoke and dust. Gohan, will he be okay? Krillin asked nervously. You're weak, but you don't have any brains. Can't you sense that guy's energy hasn't dropped at all? Before Son Gohan could say anything, Piccolo couldn't help but taunt him. Krillin was speechless. This is Raditz. Huff, huff. After several consecutive backflips, Nappa jumped out of the center of the smoke, gasping for breath. It was obvious that the attack just now had consumed most of his physical strength. Raditz mouth cannon. After taking a few breaths, Nappa did not give up the attack. Instead, he gathered all the energy in his body and his mouth, transformed it into a ball of energy, and instantly gushed out from his mouth. A thick golden beam of light shot towards the center of the smoke at the speed of light. Boom! The muzzle cannon stirred up a cloud of dust that was even more spectacular than before. Raditz, you looked down on me. After suffering such a powerful attack from me, I don't believe you won't die. Nappa said viciously. The smoke and dust in the sky slowly fell to the ground without the influence of energy. A figure could be vaguely seen in the center. As the figure appeared, Nappa's relaxed mood was lifted again. Impossible. The dust settled. Raditz was standing there intact. Even his feet did not move at all. The slight difference was that his left hand was raised, and there was a trace of hot air in the palm of his hand. Judging from the situation, he just took Nappa's percussion shot with his hands. Raditz, what have you done in the past 4 months? Did you use the Dragon Balls mentioned in the message to gain powerful fighting power? Nappa asked. It was rare for him, who had a simple mind but strong limbs, to use his brain. But the direction he guessed was still wrong. Raditz shook his head and said, I didn't use any Dragon Balls. I was just trained by Kakarot for 4 months. Give up, Nappa. I didn't use my full strength just now. Impossible, I don't believe it, Nappa said with gritted teeth. The Saiyan hierarchy has deeply poisoned his mind. He simply could not accept that a mid-level warrior like himself would submit to lower-level warriors like Kakarot and Raditz. Nappa, since you don't believe me, I'll let you take a look. Hey, Raditz lost his patience. I saw him quickly raising his energy, and a whirlwind of white flames blew up around his body. Raditz burst out with all his strength, and his combat power has reached 100,000 points. Unfortunately, their detector exploded. But even if it didn't explode, they would not be able to detect this terrifying pressure. But Raditz's aura is still rising. 120,000, 130,000, 150,000, 180,000 points. Kaio Fist. Raditz roared, his muscles swelled, and his white aura turned into a burning red. The powerful aftermath of the aura caused everyone present to retreat one after another. Besides Son Gohan, Piccolo. Vegeta, who was on high alert on the other side, showed a look of surprise again. Son Wukong took it easy. Chapter 35, Artificial Moon Son Wukong takes action. On an island somewhere on Earth. Vegeta's shattered self-esteem suffered another critical blow. Kakarot, Vegeta opened his mouth as if he wanted to ask something, but when the words came to his lips, he couldn't say them. You must be the Prince Vegeta that Raditz mentioned. I can tell you responsibly that bloodline level cannot prove anything. Son Wukong seemed to understand what he wanted to ask. Nappa this way. Raditz, tell me how you did it. I've already told you, Raditz said calmly while maintaining the Kaioken. Impossible. I will never believe that a mere low-level soldier could train you to this level in just 4 months. Nappa refused to believe Raditz's explanation. Enough, Raditz, I give you face, but he is the one who doesn't want to live. Don't waste time. I'm too lazy to wait. Son Gohan watched their fight as if he was watching a monkey show. In his heart, he felt that it was a huge waste of his time. Piccolo remained silent on the side, and upon closer inspection, the corners of his mouth were twitching slightly. At this moment, Piccolo also felt a strong sense of jealousy in his heart. Damn it, any Saiyan can catch up with me. It seems that the matter of merging with the gods should be put on the agenda. I don't know how far I will be left behind by them if I only rely on meditation to cultivate my consciousness. After thinking about it, Piccolo was no longer in the mood to watch the battle. He floated into the air and flew away from the battlefield. Huh, what happened to Piccolo? Krillin asked curiously. Haha, maybe that glass heart is broken. Son Gohan guessed what Piccolo was thinking. He didn't stop Piccolo from leaving. After all, this was just a small situation and anyone could handle it. Tine Shinhan, I am not a human. Cleanse me neither. Dumpling. Back to the topic. Nappa, I'll give you one last chance, die or live. Raditz became anxious when he heard Son Gohan urging him. After all, from a deeper perspective, it was Son Gohan who saved his life, and he surrendered to Son Gohan. Although he was abused thousands of times by Son Wukong during these 4 months, he also felt a little warmth. Son Goku and Son Gohan, father and son, did not treat him like a dog or look down on him, but treated him as a family member, one calling him big brother and the other called him uncle. Although Kiki is an earthling, she is still very tolerant of this unexpected visitor. He practices, eats, and sleeps every day without any worries. It has been a long time since he has been treated like a human being by others. There are many people in Frieza's army who are stronger than him, and there are also many who look down on him. He enjoys his current life very much, and he also secretly makes up his mind that if anyone disturbs his life, he must solve it himself. A hint of murderous intent emanated from Raditz. He also looked fiercely at Nappa. It was as if he would be killed immediately if he dared to say another word of nonsense. If Prince Vegeta surrenders, I will surrender too. Nappa is simple-minded, but not stupid. Vegeta is still standing there. If I agree to Raditz now, will Vegeta settle the score with him after he wins? After all, Vegeta brought him far more fear than Raditz. HMPH, then just stay and watch. If you make any unusual movements, I will kill you. Raditz still did not make a move. Then he flew to Gohan. Gohan, I'm sorry. Raditz takes the blame. It's okay, I heard it. He doesn't affect the overall situation. You can handle it yourself. Gohan waved his hand and didn't blame him. This is Son Wukong. Haha, good Kakarot, good Raditz. Vegeta suddenly laughed loudly. Son Wukong frowned. He was sure that Vegeta was not stupid and could definitely see the gap between him and himself. So why was he still so arrogant? Vegeta, leave the earth, you are no match for me, Son Wukong advised kindly. With his current combat power of 50 points, he has no desire to fight Vegeta at all. It's hard to persuade the damn ghost with good words. Vegeta did not accept his kindness but laughed evilly. Hehe, Kakarot, I see that your tail is gone. It should have been cut off. Do you know the difference between low-level warriors and high-level warriors? That is, high-level warriors can control their own reason after transforming into gorillas. Even if your current combat power is hundreds of thousands, but after transforming into a gorilla, the combat power will increase tenfold. I have a full 24 combat power points. What can you use to fight me? As Vegeta spoke, he raised his hand to condense energy. After he finished speaking, a ball of bright light appeared in the palm of his hand. Gohan, don't look up. I can't control my mind even after I transform into a gorilla. Raditz was so scared that he lowered his head. Artificial moon, appear. Vegeta instantly threw the ball of light in his hand high into the sky. The ball of light exploded in the air and turned into a bright and clear full moon. Nappa also lowered his head, and had no intention of transforming. Gohan just looked at him calmly, neither looking up nor looking down. Vegeta looked up into the sky, under the radiation of the bull's light. Vegeta's face became ferocious, his body grew rapidly, and his whole body was covered with black hair. Because the armor he was wearing was highly stretchable, his clothes did not burst. 5 meters, 10 meters, 15 meters. A few minutes later, Vegeta stood upright on the earth like a giant beast. Haha, Kakarot, do you feel how powerful this prince is? Vegeta laughed wildly. Haha, strong? Not really. Sun Wukong's dormant fighting spirit finally rose a little. He deliberately suppressed his energy and controlled it to be about the same level as Vegeta. Then it slowly floated up into the sky and stood face to face with the gorilla. Arrogant, Vegeta raised his giant hands and directly clasped them towards Son Goku. Snapped. I'm going to crush you, huh? Vegeta opened his hands in confusion, but found no trace of Son Goku. Crush me? What to crush me with? It turned out that Sun Wukong moved at high speed just now, dodged his attack, and then appeared again in an instant. The Monkey King appeared and stood on his nose, saying this while raising his fist and smashing it down hard. Boom! It hurts, asshole. For any human-shaped creature, the nose is an inevitable weakness. Sun Wukong's heavy punch directly caused him to burst into tears and bleed from his nose. Wow, 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 so much blood. Sun Wukong flashed quickly, jumped left and right, and avoided the blood spurting from Vegeta's nose. Asshole! Sun Wukong's provocation made Vegeta lose his mind. The whole person, no, it should be a beast, attacked Sun Wukong with all his strength. But his attack did not hit Sun Wukong at all. The body becomes bigger and the combat power becomes stronger, but the speed also decreases due to the bloated body. Of course, this is relative. If Sun Wukong only has about 100,000 points of combat power at this time, then Vegeta's speed is still very fast for him. But unfortunately, Sun Wukong still suppressed some of his combat power. Kakarot is all you can do about hiding. The incompetent Vegeta could only get furious and resort to provocation. Okay, then I won't hide anymore. Sun Wukong's body, which was flashing at high speed, stopped instantly and faced Vegeta. HMPH, if you have the guts, take my punch. Vegeta swung his huge fist and hit Son Goku's body hard. I'm coming too. Sun Wukong did not dodge or defend, but directly raised his fist and smashed towards the huge fist in front of him that covered the sky and the sun. Boom! The moment the two fists collided, waves of aftermath were aroused. All the dust in the aura was swept away. Vegeta retreated 3 times in a row, while Sun Wukong stood proudly in the air without retreating even a bit. Impossible, I now have 220,000 combat power points. With your combat power of just over 100,000, it is impossible for you to withstand my attack. Who told you that? That was my full strength. The energy I leaked out because of anger just now was probably only a small half of my full strength. Sun Wukong was honest and directly exposed his true colors. You are trying to trick me. I don't believe you. If you have the guts, take my final blow. If you dodge, the earth will explode. Vegeta said as he rose high into the sky. At the same time, the backs of his hands covered with fuzz were clasped behind his back, and a terrifying and violent purple energy condensed in the center of his hands. The body was also wrapped in a terrifying purple energy ball. Gallic Cannon. A strong energy beam with a diameter of 10 meters instantly shot down from the sky. The powerful energy pressure directly caused the earth to tremble. The famous scene is coming. Son Gohan watched with great interest, recalling in his mind the scene of the first battle between Son Goku and Vegeta in his past life. Some differences, though. But the situation was beyond his expectations. Sun Wukong opened his hands and squatted slightly in the air. Come on, Sun Wukong increased his aura once again. He chose to take it with his body. This move further hit Vegeta, and the energy he poured into his hand increased a little bit again. Boom! Blocked, impossible. Nappa was stunned. He couldn't believe what he saw. Vegeta couldn't believe it either. It's so hot, Go ahead." The scorching hot gale cannon made Sun Wukong's palms smell like meat. He quickly raised his knee and kicked the gale cannon off course. The gale cannon changed direction by 45 degrees and flew into the sky, dissipating into the starry sky. Chapter 36, Vegeta and #039's Pain. Chinese letter, Chinese letter. Ah, fa. Sun Wukong blew heavy air into his palms, obviously burned by the Galite cannon. Vegeta's ferocious face became even more ferocious when he saw Son Goku's actions. "Kakarot, you are insulting me." "Insult? No, it's really hot." Sun Wukong was stunned, then confirmed. Vegeta was so angry that his whole body was twitching. He was seen falling slowly from the sky. Then he looked back. 2 rays of light shot out of his eyes and directly blew up the artificial moon. Snapped. The artificial moon exploded and dissipated like a bubble. His body also slowly shrank and returned to normal. Why don't you fight anymore?" Sun Wukong looked at him in confusion. "I'm crazy, not stupid. The difference in fighting power between you and me is too big. If you can't beat me but still want to fight, that's courting death. I lose, you can do whatever you want. This prince will not surrender to you. You can kill me or cut me up as you please." Vegeta showed a lonely expression on his face. Vegeta's reaction was beyond Son Gohan's expectations. The Vegeta in front of me is like 2 different people from the Vegeta in the original work. But he immediately figured it out. The current situation has changed drastically. Sun Wukong's combat power is far beyond that of the original. "I won't kill you. As for what to do with you, forget it, Gohan, you do it. I'm not good at it." Son Goku immediately evacuated the battlefield and came to Gohan. "Kakarot, I am the Prince of the Saiyans. Even if I die, I must die with dignity. You let your son deal with me? You are too hateful," Vegeta roared. "Oh, according to you, I'm not worthy." Son Gohan instantly moved in front of Vegeta. Boom! Golden Legend. The powerful aura made Vegeta stunned, and his expression immediately showed excitement, complexity, surprise, jealousy, and all kinds of emotions mixed together. "Is this the Super Saiyan? Impossible, I am the genius Saiyan warrior. I should be the Super Saiyan." "Do you still think I'm not qualified?" Son Gohan stepped forward. The pressure from the Super Saiyan made Vegeta's legs tremble uncontrollably. "Haha, good, great, haha, Frieza, your death is coming." Vegeta suddenly laughed out loud. Tears of excitement flowed from my eyes. There is no jealousy, only excitement and endless resentment. "It seems that you are living a very depressed life." Vegeta's reaction once again exceeded Son Gohan's expectations. 20 years, a full 20 years. Do you know how I spent these 3 years? I started going out when I was 20 years old. Planet Vegeta was destroyed. Everyone said it was hit by a meteorite. Do they really take me for a fool? Meteorite? How big is a meteorite? A small one can be easily crushed by the Saiyans. A big one can be detected with the Saiyan technology. Frieza, that bastard, is the only one who can help me. He is afraid of the appearance of the legendary Super Saiyan among the Saiyans. Planet Vegeta must have been destroyed by him. These years of mine have been like a dream. I hate him so much, but the hatred in my heart has been growing over time. My fighting ability is totally different from his. We are not on the same level at all. Now, I finally see hope. Kakarot, kill me and let me die with dignity. But I beg you, please let your son kill Frieza to avenge the Saiyans. Your father, Bardock, also died at the hands of Frieza. Even for your father, you have to kill Frieza. The pain, resentment, and struggle that Vegeta buried deep in his heart all burst out after Son Gohan transformed. The revenge for the murder of his father, the destruction of his homeland, and the humiliation he had suffered in the past 20 years all burst out in an instant. Raditz, was my father really killed by Frieza? Son Wukong seemed to recall his childhood memories. In his memory, a person who looked exactly like him held him in his arms, put him in a spaceship, and sent him to Earth. Faintly, he could still recall a glimpse of his mother. Father was also a low-level warrior at the beginning, but his fighting ability was enough to compete with high-level warriors. Before the destruction of planet Vegeta, Father sent a message to me and sent you to a planet called Earth. At that time, I, Vegeta, and Nappa took a mission and happened to be not on planet Vegeta, so I was able to survive and escape the disaster. I was still young at that time and didn't understand why Father sent you to Earth. But now thinking about it, it should be because Father realized that Frieza was going to take action against us Saiyans. Raditz also showed heartache, longing, and all kinds of emotions. In his impression, his mother, Bardock's wife, Jin, is a loving and kind mother with a completely different personality from other Saiyans. The parents are extremely loving to each other, which is completely different from other Saiyan families. He was young at that time and couldn't understand why his family was different from other families. But his life in Baozi Mountain during this period made him understand why his parents were so loving. I understand how happy it is to be an ordinary person. Vegeta, I support whatever decision Gohan makes, but leave Frieza to me. Son Goku came to Vegeta and made a solemn promise to him. Haha, okay. Then I will die without regrets. Let's do it. Kakarot's son Gohan, right? I will remember you. The glory of the Saiyans starts with you. Vegeta's eyes were full of determination to die, but there was also a glimmer of hope. He saw the hope of the Saiyans rise. Hey, you are so sentimental. Have you ever considered my feelings? Dad, do you also think I will kill him? I'm still a child. Son Gohan was very dissatisfied. Son Wukong was stunned. Although you destroyed this city, it is not impossible to save it. There are only a few Saiyans left. Although I was born on Earth, I also have half Saiyan blood. I won't kill you, Son Gohan said helplessly. You won't kill me? This prince will not surrender to you like Raditz did. I've been a dog for Frieza long enough. Vegeta said coldly. It doesn't matter, you can leave. I'll remember what happened to Frieza. Son Gohan spread his hands. HMPH, don't think I'll be grateful if you let me go. Nappa, let's go, Vegeta shouted. Prince Vegeta, Nappa showed a hesitant expression on his face. Are you going to betray this prince too? Vegeta looked at him with murderous eyes. No, I'm not betraying you. I want to stay and train with Raditz to become stronger. I want to do my part to kill Frieza, Nappa said quickly. Upon hearing this, Vegeta put down the knife in his heart again. Vegeta, don't you wonder why we are so much stronger than you? Son Gohan asked with interest. HMPH, you have control over your aura. This prince admits that I have ignored this thing for so many years, but I am not stupid. I have the confidence that I can catch up with you. Nappa, if you want to stay, then stay. There are not many Saiyans left, but this prince will not go with you, Vegeta said as he flew towards the spaceship. A circular light shot straight into the sky. Prince Vegeta, Nappa looked at the sky reluctantly. As expected of the Saiyan prince, he can tell where the problem lies after a short battle. It seemed that Son Wukong had met a rare opponent. Dad, don't underestimate him. Son Gohan looked at Vegeta as he left, and a trace of admiration rose in his heart. Okay, the matter is settled, let's go home. Nappa, you and Raditz come together, Son Gohan said. Gohan, go back. I'm going to collect the Dragon Balls and revive the humans in this city. Son Goku soared into the sky. Call out. Son Gohan suddenly moved at high speed and stood in front of Son Goku. Dad, here's the Dragon Ball radar for you. I forgot, sorry. Damn. Chapter 37, I don't want to go to school. Baozi Mountain. Another glutz, Kiki looked at Nappa in horror. Mom, you don't have to do it yourself anyway. Son Gohan was helpless. No, even though I won't be cooking anymore, I still have to buy the ingredients, and I can't afford it. Kiki refused. Well, sister-in-law, how about we find a way to make money? Raditz said with a hot face. He was also a little embarrassed. Nappa looked at Raditz and Son Gohan in surprise, not understanding why they were so afraid of this woman with low combat power. Making money, you guys are more proactive than Wukong, but it's hard to find a job. Kiki frowned and said, Okay, Mom, you forgot, I have dividends from Aunt Bulma's company. I have enough money, so don't worry about it, okay? Gohan said quickly. What a joke, asking two grumpy Saiyans to look for jobs. If nothing goes wrong, there must be something fishy. Gohan, you are 4 years old this year, right? You promised me that you would go to school when you were 3. Don't think I forgot, Kai said faintly. Son Gohan's mouth twitched. Mom, can we not? No, you are just a little kid, and you are rebelling by not going to school. Go to school starting tomorrow. Kai grabbed son Gohan's ear and yelled. Go, 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 Mom. Let me do it. Ouch, my ears are about to fall off. Son Gohan pretended to be in pain and begged for mercy. Raditz quietly moved back, preparing to flee the scene. Stop right there. Even though Gohan will get a share of the profits, you can't be lazy and eat nothing. From tomorrow on, fetching water, chopping wood, and farming will all be done by the two of you. Oh, and Goku too. Did you hear me? Kai looked at Raditz viciously. Got it, no problem. Leave it to me and Nappa. Let's go, Nappa. Raditz quickly pulled the confused Nappa away. Huh, it's finally out. Raditz wiped the cold sweat from his forehead. Raditz, why are you so afraid of her? Although her fighting ability exceeds that of normal Earthlings, it is still far inferior to yours. Nappa asked in confusion. Nappa, you don't understand. Wait a few days and you'll understand. Super Saiyans are not scary. What's scary is the Super Saiyan Mother. You go get water and I'll chop wood, Raditz explained. Raditz handed the big bucket outside the door to Nappa. Hey, Raditz, is this also a method of cultivation? Nappa asked. Well, you can say that. Then I'll go right away, Nappa said with a firm look in his eyes. Then he flew up with the bucket in his arms, looking for a source of clean water. Nappa, it won't take long for you to understand that what we Saiyans lack is a peaceful mindset, Raditz whispered to himself. Then head to the forest to chop wood. Son Wukong also collected 7 Dragon Balls in just one day. The last time Son Gohan used the Dragon Balls, he was less than 3 years old. Now he is 4 years old, and the Dragon Balls have been restored. The Earthlings killed by Nappa were also resurrected, but unfortunately the city needed to be rebuilt. But Son Wukong didn't care, because he had no money. Day 3. This outfit is so uncomfortable. Son Gohan was a little unhappy wearing his school uniform. You have to wear it even if it's uncomfortable, Kiki said with a determined look. All right. Then Gohan estimated the direction and soared into the sky. Don't forget you have to walk when you get there. Don't scare your classmates, Kai shouted at Gohan. Got it, Mom. You little brat, do you think your mother can't see how smart you are? But you should act like an adult. Go and enjoy meeting your classmates. Kai scolded as she looked at Gohan, who was flying away. How could she not know what Gohan was thinking? But she didn't want Gohan to bear something that he shouldn't bear at such a young age. Going to school is what he should do at this age. Nandu, 3,000 kilometers away from Baozi Mountain. A primary school that looks very luxurious, Zhongnan Noble College. Is this the place? Son Gohan looked at the huge crowd of elementary school students from high in the sky. Because Son Gohan really didn't want to go to kindergarten, Kai applied for an early entrance exam, and Son Gohan passed the exam and went directly to elementary school. And because he got full marks in the exam, he was qualified to attend Central and South Noble College for free. Normal people go to primary school at the age of 6. Little boy, where is your adult? Why are you here alone? The security guard at the door asked. I came here on my neighbor's plane. My home is in Baozi Mountain, which is a bit far, and my parents didn't come to see me off. Adults nowadays are so irresponsible. All right, let me see your student ID and which class you're in. I'll take you in, the security guard said in a reproachful tone. But he still brought Son Gohan to his class. Hello, my name is Vidal. Son Gohan's female classmate suddenly spoke up. Huh, what a fate. Son Gohan said in surprise, looking at the little girl in front of him. Do you know me? Vidal asked doubtfully after hearing what Son Gohan said. I don't know you. Hello, my name is Son Gohan. Son Gohan replied politely. At the same time, he also sighed at the wonderful fate. Unexpectedly, he met Bidili in advance. If he had followed the normal procedures, he should be in the middle class kindergarten now and would not have met Bidili. Looking at the petite and cute Bidili in front of him, he made a decision in his heart. Child bride, no, I'm younger than her. Childhood sweethearts, not bad Bidili, grow up quickly. Son Gohan began his cruel elementary school life. After Son Wukong found the Dragon Balls and resurrected the humans killed by Nappa, he also returned to Baozi Mountain. Looking at the full buckets and the mountain of firewood, he showed a surprised expression. Just then, Raditz came back carrying the last tree. Kakarot, this was arranged by Kai. We dare not disobey it. Raditz said helplessly. Haha, since you guys are doing it, I don't have to do it. I'm going to the gravity room, son Wukong said in surprise. I'm done too with you. Before the two of them reached the door, Nappa flew back with the last bucket of water. He's so obedient, son Wukong was stunned. Dare he not to listen? That's right. Nappa, you come too, son Wukong invited. Can I? Nappa asked excitedly. Well, come on, Nappa, relax and make it your own home. Raditz waved. Okay, I'll be right there. Nappa ran forward excitedly. Before this, Raditz had already told him about the magic of the gravity room. The three of them walked into the gravity room and started training. 6 p.m. What a clingy Videl. As soon as son Gohan came back, he felt like a mountain had been lifted off his shoulders. If Satan hadn't picked her up after school, who knows how long she would have been pestering him. Unlike the heroic figure she had when she grew up, Videli is now like a curious baby. He pesters son Gohan and insists on playing with him. After training, son Gohan is much taller than his peers, and even taller than those older than him. Now he has a hint of a grown-up look. The facial features began to become more angular. The muscles on the slightly exposed arms were strong. There is another genius child in the class. There is no question he can't solve. This also made Dilly even more curious about him. You're back, Gohan. Get ready to wash your hands and eat. How was school? Are you happy? Kai asked happily. Mom, this is killing me. Going to school with a bunch of childish kids, Gohan said dissatisfiedly. At the same time, he also made up his mind that he must find a way to skip school, and he couldn't let Kiki know. I started thinking about how I could avoid going to school. This is what children should do, not going to school and rebelling, Kiki insisted. I'm hungry, Gohan said aggrievedly. Let's go eat, Xiaobai is ready. Xiaobai, the intelligent cooking robot that son Gohan brought back from the Capsule Corporation. The one who washes the dishes is called Xiaohai. Chapter 38 ready to go, Baozi Mountain. 3 months later. Nappa's face was ferocious, and he began to gather energy according to the Kaioken taught by Raditz, and white flames surrounded his body. Kaio Fist. As Nappa shouted, white flames surged up into the sky, shaking away the dark clouds in the sky. The aura turned red with a hint of burning, and his body muscles also expanded. The veins on that bright, reflective bald head were bulging. If there was a detector, he would be able to see that his combat power had exceeded 30 points. There is still a little difference in bloodline level. The bottleneck period of Raditz, a low-level warrior, is 100,000 points. As a mid-level warrior, Nappa's bottleneck period is much higher than Raditz's, reaching 150,000 points. If you want to have a big breakthrough, you must go through a life-and-death crisis. The method of being beaten half to death and eating senzu beans is no longer effective. Since I knew in advance that I would not die, I lost the courage to fight to the death. Although using this method will increase my combat effectiveness, it is only a few hundred points. Being on the verge of death, eating senzu beans to revive, this bug obviously can't be fixed anymore. The body also has memory. Doing this repeatedly will make the body inert and will no longer unleash its potential. Gohan, it looks like we've all reached our limits now. Dad, using senzu beans to break through is cheating in itself. It's already good enough to reach my current level. Gohan didn't care at all. There are still 3 months until Frieza arrives at Namek. Gohan, when are we leaving? Goku could no longer hold back the will to fight. We can go now, we have reached our limit. If we continue to train, we will get twice the result with half the effort. However, I still have 10 days before my holiday. Well, let's go during the holidays. When Goku heard this, Kai's image instantly appeared in his mind. My body couldn't help but shiver. Class 3, Grade 1, Central South Academy for Nobles. Son Gohan, where are you going to play on your holiday? Why don't we go on an outing? Videl was inexplicably excited when she thought that the holiday was only 10 days away. Sorry, I have to go back to my hometown during the holidays. It's a bit far, so I may not come until school starts. Son Gohan found a lame excuse to deal with it. Then I won't be able to see you for 2 months. Baidili showed a reluctant expression on her face. In her heart, Son Gohan is now a very good friend. After all, they are too young, and that naive feeling always needs time to ferment. Son Gohan heard this, gently touched her head and said, "If I have time, I will come to your house to find you." Vidal's face turned red and she slapped Son Gohan's hand away. "You're disgusting. Daddy said that if children are touched on the head, they won't grow up." "Okay, got it." Son Gohan touched it again. "Pa, you're still touching me even though you know it." Vidalina's pouting expression, because she was angry, is so adorable. 10 days passed in a flash. Vidal reluctantly said goodbye to Son Gohan at the school gate. "Then you must come to see me when you are free." Baidili's eyes were filled with tears. "Don't cry, Vidal. I will definitely come to play with you when I'm free." Son Gohan could only coax her gently. "Let's go, Vidal." A big curly-haired man came over, took Vidal's hand and was about to leave, while showing a wary look to Son Gohan. The person who came was Satan. At this time, Satan was already a well-known martial artist in Nandu. "Okay, Dad, I'll stand here for a while." Baidili shook off his hand in dissatisfaction. This action irritated Satan even more. He looked at Son Gohan with even more vigilance. "Hey, you little brat, stop bullying Vidal." Son Gohan held his forehead with one hand, looking very helpless. "Okay, Beady, go back with your father, or I'm afraid he'll beat me. If he dares, I will pull out all his beard." Baidili looked at Satan angrily, with threats evident in her eyes. "My dear daughter, Daddy is a martial artist. How could he bully a child, right?" Satan was instantly numb when he saw his daughter's threatening expression. Vidal was reluctant to leave for more than 10 minutes before she said goodbye to Son Gohan completely. Son Gohan watched the car go away quietly before he rushed home. I saw him walk into an alley and look around. No one. With a whoosh, Son Gohan instantly moved away. But he did not return to Bowsy Mountain, but came to Turtle House instead. "Uncle Klin, are you there?" "Hey Gohan, why are you here? Are you alone?" Krillin asked in surprise. "Yeah, I'm here to find you. We're ready to go. I have teleportation, let's hurry up." Son Gohan came in person to pick up Krillin. "Okay, let's go. Do we need to prepare anything?" Klin asked. "No need, I'm ready," Son Gohan said calmly. "Let's go then, Master Roshi, I'm leaving." Krillin walked forward and said goodbye to Master Roshi. "Well, be careful." Son Gohan grabbed Krillin and instantly disappeared. A desert. Krillin, Gohan. Tyne Shinhan looked at the two people who suddenly appeared in surprise. "Didn't I promise to take you to the Three-Eyed Star? Now the time has come, let's go," Son Gohan said calmly. "Okay, Jiozi, will you come with me?" Tyne Shinhan turned around and asked. "Well, I'll go wherever Tianjin goes," Jiozi said while holding Tyne Shinhan's hand. "Let's go," Son Gohan stepped forward and grabbed Tyne Shinhan. Suddenly, a loud shout came from a distance. "Tyne Shinhan, stop right there." "Gohan, go, go." Tyne Shinhan was as anxious as an ant on a hot pan, and his tone was very urgent. "Call out. Kai Kai Kai." Blonde Lan Chi's hoverbike braked, stirring up dust all over the sky. "Damn it, he got away again," the blonde Lan Chi said angrily. "Bowsy Mountain." "Huh," Tyne Shinhan wiped his sweat. "Tyne Shinhan, you are too unromantic, aren't you?" Although the blonde Lan Chi has a bit of a temper, her appearance is the truth, Krillin said with a smile. "What do you know? I get scared when I see her." "Haha, Gohan, look how anxious he is." "Wow, Tyne Shinhan, are you a gay?" Krillin took 3 steps back. "Krillin, there's a child next to him." Tyne Shinhan tried to suppress his anger. "It doesn't matter as long as you're not a pedophile." "But..." Gohan looked at Jiozi, and that look clearly seemed to be saying, "This can't be true, right?" "Son Gohan, Krillin, you two bastards. Dang dang bo." Tyne Shinhan couldn't hold back his anger any longer, and he fired whole waves continuously from his fingers. Biu biu biu. The two jumped up and down, dodging the attacks, and laughed at the same time. Only Jiozi was left standing there in a daze, not understanding what they were talking about. Chapter 39, The Weak Elder, Bowsy Mountain. Son Gohan, Son Goku, Krillin, Tyne Shinhan, Gyoza, Raditz, Nappa. 7 people are ready to go. Here are 7 space capsules, each containing 20 senzu beans. I also got rid of Aunt Bulma and made armor. The material is tougher than what the Saiyans wore back then. It can withstand some attacks. Son Gohan took out 7 space capsules and threw one to each of them. I won't wear the battle armor anymore. I still like wearing this martial arts uniform, said son Wukong. Yes, me too, I'm used to this dress. Clin agreed very much. This is just in case. After all, my anger and clothes may explode at any time. I'm afraid you will have nothing to wear, son Gohan said helplessly. Okay, let's hold hands and get ready to go. Son Gohan prepared to teleport and lead them to Namek. Hey, son Gohan, have you forgotten something? Suddenly, a voice came from a distance. Everyone looked over and saw a green-skinned man. It was none other than the great demon King Piccolo. There was an angry expression on his face. Oh, sorry, I forgot about you. Son Gohan was a little embarrassed. Humph. Piccolo walked forward proudly and put his hand on son Gohan's shoulder. Everyone formed a circle and held hands. Namek, let's go. Swish. Because it disappeared so quickly, a trace of afterimage remained in the air, but it also dissipated after a second. Namek. In front of the Great Elder's residence, 8 figures appeared instantly. Who? Guard Nelu shot out instantly, gathering energy all over his body and exploding. Not bad, I didn't expect that there is such a powerful existence on Namek. As soon as Raditz opened his mouth, he felt like he was asking for a beating. Pa, be polite. Son Gohan slapped Raditz's head in dissatisfaction. Due to his height, he had to jump up to slap him. Oh, sorry, I'm used to it, Raditz. Everyone. Naru, long time no see. Son Gohan stepped forward. Son Gohan, is that you? What are you doing here again? Naru was very unwelcome to son Gohan's arrival. I have something to discuss with the Great Elder. Go and inform him. Son Gohan didn't mind Naru's rudeness. Nelu, let them in. A weak, old voice came from the house. But Great Elder, your body. Nelu looked reluctant. It'll be all right for now, let them in. Okay, Great Elder, please hold your breath. The Great Elder is already very weak, Naru said. Is it that serious? Son Gohan frowned. As far as he knew and remembered, the Great Elder was not so weak. And now the time is much earlier. In the original work, Friez's arrival is still a year and a half later. The Great Elder's health at that time was not as good as it is now. Everyone held their breath and slowly walked into the house. Great Elder, long time no see. What are you doing? Son Gohan asked. My dear Gohan, after you left, I predicted the future of Namek. The Elder stopped talking halfway. Predicting the future is a superpower that consumes a lot of physical and mental energy. The Great Elder has been very weak since he predicted the future. His lifespan has also been shortened a lot. Naru tried to suppress his sadness. Call out. Wuhan suddenly threw a senzu bean into the Great Elder's mouth. Great Elder, swallow it. Although it cannot increase your lifespan, it can restore your previous health. Son Gohan said. Crunch. The Elder didn't hesitate at all and chewed it up and swallowed it. Naru, who originally planned to stop him, also stopped. The Elder's frail body suddenly shook. His tired eyes became bright, and his breath became stable. What magical beans! The Elder's voice was sonorous and powerful. Great Elder, Nelu's eyes showed excitement. Thank you, Son Gohan. Naru walked forward and bowed to Son Gohan. The barrier in my heart towards Son Gohan also disappeared instantly. This is the senzu bean from Earth. Eating one can heal any injury and restore your strength. Of course, it cannot cure longevity and some special terminal illnesses. While Son Gohan was speaking, he also glanced at Goku. At the same time, worry arose in his heart. He was afraid that his arrival would affect history and prevent Da Ti from appearing in the future. If Da Ti doesn't show up, it means that Son Wukong's heart disease cannot be cured. As he spoke, Son Gohan took out a bag of senzu beans and threw it to Naru. There are 20 beans in it. It should be enough to last until the Great Elder dies. Thank you, Son Gohan, Naru said gratefully. Great Elder, did you sense it? Son Gohan asked. Well, I feel a terrifying evil aura, which is getting faster and faster. I predicted that in the future, Namek will face an unprecedented crisis, but the you I saw in the future is completely different from the you now. He is the one who solves the crisis. The Great Elder raised his hand and pointed at Son Goku. Is that so? Son Gohan felt that the future predicted by the Great Elder should be the future of the original work. But his appearance should have changed history. Your lifespan was also affected by Frieza. That's right. Although I still have some time to live, my weak body has made it impossible for me to hold on. Fortunately, I have your senzu beans, the elder said in a very powerful tone. In this case, I'm sorry to bother you. Son Gohan had originally planned to let the Great Elder develop everyone's potential. But the current situation is obviously inappropriate. It's okay. Developing potential won't cost you your lifespan. We also have senzu beans. Let them come one by one. The Great Elder took the initiative to say. Thank you so much, Great Elder. I'll give you plenty of senzu beans. Son Gohan was delighted. First up is Son Wukong. It's indeed the person I predicted. He has great potential. The Great Elder was overjoyed. Then, we will devote all our efforts to developing Son Wukong's potential. Son Wukong felt an endless amount of potential surging from his body. 500,000 points of combat power, a breakthrough in an instant. 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, 1.5 million, 2 million. Finally, Son Wukong's fighting power came to an abrupt halt at 200 million points. Only 1 million points away from breaking through the Super Saiyan's 300 million combat power limit. So strong, Nalu exclaimed. Then Raditz, Nappa, Klin, Tianjin, dumplings. Son Gohan and Piccolo have already developed it, so it was not developed this time. Raditz, basic combat power 50 points, can reach 100 million points by performing Kaioken. Nappa, basic combat power 80, can fist 160 million points. Because of their indiscriminate killing, both of them have lost their bodies from being able to control higher multiples of the Kaioken. Krillin, 8,000 points. Tianjin rice, order. Dumplings, 5,000 points. A huge improvement for all. Great Elder, Frieza will arrive in about 3 months. My father and the others will stay here. I have something else to do, so I'll leave for now. It's urgent, I'll be back soon, Son Gohan said. Okay, Gohan, with them here, I don't think Frieza will succeed. The elder was full of confidence. Haha, I hope so. Then I'll go first. Son Gohan took Tine Shinhan and Jaya-Ozi away and headed for the three-eyed planet. Son Goku, Raditz, Nappa, Krillin, and Piccolo stayed on Namek. Guests from afar, you can wander around as you please, or follow the elders of each tribe to learn some superpowers. Some of the superpowers of the Namekian people do not require the physique of a Namekian. The Great Elder arranged for them. That's great, thank you, Great Elder. Son Wukong was very interested in learning new skills. All right, legends, that's it for today. If you're ready for the next chapter, smash that like button and flood the comments right now. Remember, we've got 3 days to prove this story needs to continue. Subscribe so you don't miss the drop, and I'll meet you in the next audiobook.